Oh, yes. That's what it's all about. Finals footy sounds like that. That's another level for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Saturday night, first qualifying final. It's the Demons and the Lions. We've got a very, very big game here tonight. You can also stream every game of Triple M Footy live on the Listener app. Download it now, LISTNR. The minor premiers, the Demons, taking on Brisbane, who were able to push their way up into the fourth spot in just about the last kick of the season for them.
How good's Dead Letter Circus, just quality, that track there? Doesn't that get you just chicken skin on the back of your neck, Rupert?
Oh, yeah, love finals time.
Mark Rasciuto, Bertie Vince, Red Biglands and Chris Dittmar. We're looking at this big game tonight. Boys, I want to get rolling into the Giants and Swans game shortly. We're just getting a bit of information through about the Toby Green incident where he's made contact with an umpire. So we'll touch on that in a moment. But just before we do, I have loved this week of coming out of the footy season and going straight into the finals. I reckon the pre-finals bye needs to go.
I don't know. I've never liked. The only thing I like about it is that it sometimes allows the better players to get right for the finals. But I don't think we should have it. I don't think we need it. I think it takes away the advantage of the top four sides, and it's proven with the amount of sides that since we've had the bye, it actually disadvantages the winning sides in the first week of the finals. So I'd go back to no bye and just straight in and survival of the fittest.
What about the bye before the grand final, like we're seeing this year, Roo? The NFL do that?
Do they?
Yep. They
and
do that
what's the main reason? Just to have a bigger build-up and milk it for an extra week?
I don't know. Biggles probably knows more about it, but I know the build-up's incredible.
So they have a different location for a Super Bowl every year, so they've got to have logistics to get teams, supporters, build up. That's the reason for they having a week before, and they want to get all their injuries right as well. They love to make it a spectacle.
But if you play in a prelim, like let's say Port, they win, they have a week off, they're into a prelim, and then they'd have another week off. They'd play 2 games in 4. You don't do that for the entire 6 months beforehand, yet you're meant to all of a sudden prepare to do that for a grand final. So it's a very different routine that you've got no history to prepare for. So your high-performance team are taking a total punt into a grand final. I'm not sure if that's a clever thing.
So just go back to what you said at the start, Roo, when you're talking about who gets the advantage of having the bye or not. Why does it change things? Why does it advantage certain teams?
I'm saying because in the way it used to be, you'd go straight into the finals, and everyone plays, and then if you win, if you're in the top 4 and you win, you have a week off and you freshen up, and then you go straight through. But under this way that we're talking about now, you've had a week off, you play, if you win, and then you have another week off. It's you want when you play footy, you want to keep playing. You actually enjoy having 1 week off. It's good to have a rest, but you don't want to have a week off and then play, and then another week off. You can. It's just unusual. It's like when you're injured. It's hard to be consistent when you come back from injuries and play like that. So
don't think I'm talking from an off-field point of view. The build-up doesn't. I
can see the benefit of the AFL milking them more and talking it up for a week and having your functions in that week and all of that. But I'm talking about purely about performance and from the players' perspective.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We had Steve Hocking on from the AFL earlier this season, and Byrne, we put that question to him about shifting the bye back to the AFL Grand Final week, and they didn't want a bar of it, the AFL, at that stage. They were very comfortable with sort of where it sits at this moment. So it'd be interesting to see where it sort of sits at the end of 12 months.
Having said all of that, you'd be you're in a grand final anyway, and you wouldn't care if there's 3 weeks between it. Because you're there and you're just going to play anyway. So, you just do what you got to do, but anyway, we'll see. Whatever happens, doesn't it?
Well, it's a big game here tonight, the Demons and the Lions. We had another big game earlier on today, the Giants and the Swans. The Giants getting home by a point. We've got a talking point on that as well in relation to Toby Green. Let's just have a little bit of audio before we get into discussion.
We saw that you had a collision with the umpire running past. Looked like your tractor been running towards your teammates and an accidental bit of contact?
I don't know what it was. It just in the moment. And I certainly wouldn't even touch him. I think I was just talking to him about something in the game, but yeah.
Well, that's Toby Green talking about making contact with the umpire.
The word is he was complaining quite
demonstratively.
That's the word, demonstratively, aggressively, about 3 decisions that he didn't like. And then, he went on and sort of walked through the umpire. His shoulder made contact.
And doubled down as well after the contact, still went back at the umpire. It's not a good look. No. It's not a great look.
Can you get a game for that, though? Or is it...
Oh, you can definitely get a game.
Big fines.
They're saying on social media it'll go to the tribunal. And when you go to the tribunal, more often than not, you get games for it, don't
we know his record. He's been in a lot of trouble, so you would say... he could be in strife over this.
Yeah, I reckon he'd be 50-50 at best to get off, wouldn't he?
So dumb. But
he plays on the edge.
I know, but that's not playing on the edge, attacking the umpires.
Hot-headed, though.
Yeah, I know, hot-headed, but that is... if he gets a week and misses footy, I give Giants very little chance of winning this week.
Well, he's their most important player by a fair way.
So that there isn't proving anything. That's not proving you're tough. That's not proving that you're a great player or anything.
It's starting to sound like Neil Craig now.
Well, maybe I should coach. I'd pull him into gear, Ruth. I'd let you have fun on the weekend.
Because you were the model of good behaviour.
I'll take that all back. Toby Green, you should hit him harder.
Let's have a listen to how that game finished up as well. The Giants and the Swans.
Thumped out of there by Bruins. Just need a contest from the Sprowler. Oh, bashing in. Toby Green has copped it on the bounce, and that might be enough for him.
Jeez, what a contest from Toby. Committed his body. Oh, copped the big knock from McCartan. The clock's going to tick down. It's ticking as we speak.
Jeez.
Down to 4 seconds, so they will win it from here, GWS.
What the hell?
And Toby Green on the siren. It's the GWS by 1 point. Unbelievable scenes. Toby Green's the man.
Ridiculous.
They beat the Swans. There's bodies lying everywhere. And the Giants continue their miraculous season. What a win in Tassie.
Oh, what a great call. The Duke and Jimmy getting that one done, the Giants. What about the Swans, boys, their season? I mean, they've made massive improvement, then they fail at the last hurdle.
They've had a great year. I think injuries have made them look worse than what they really are the last couple of years. I think they've got bucket loads of talent. They had the first 3 rising stars round 1, 2, 3 this year. That's never been done before. I've never seen that. They got heaps of good young talent. But he did not play a game in 2020. Let's not forget that. He's kicked 50 goals this year. He's had a great year.
Another 3 today.
So they've had a great year and set themselves up for another run at it next year.
They're good players, played well, though, as well. Parker found a heap of the footy. Isaac Heaney kicked 4 goals, as we mentioned. Buddy kicked 3. Papley was up and about, kicked a couple. They just stumbled at the last hurdle. They've been the big surprise packets for me this year. Sydney, I didn't have them anywhere near the 8. But the footy they've played, they've certainly deserved to be where they are. They'll be disappointed with today, though.
So how good are GWS?
They're okay.
Okay.
I think they're okay.
You haven't got them up with Melbourne, Port Adelaide?
No, I think they're rung down.
All right.
They beat Melbourne not too long ago before the finals. So, they, as someone called in the call, I think it might have been Jim or Duke, they're the giant killers. They've beaten all the top sides, which is a scary thing for the sides still in the 8 because they can beat them. Their biggest fall was they'd lose. They're a bit like Melbourne. They'd lose to all the teams down the bottom. Had some really disappointing losses. So, without Toby Green, if Toby Green doesn't play this week, though, I'll basically put a line through him.
Yeah, that is the big question mark. No doubt about that, hanging over that game. So straight to the tribunal by the sounds of it for Toby Green after making contact with an umpire. The Giants home by a point. Port Adelaide big winners last night, and we've got a big game to come your way here. It's Melbourne and Brisbane, and the opening bounce is not far away for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Preview. Now you can stream the footy wherever you go. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
For Ream Hot Water and Macca's 50th birthday,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
What does finals footy feel like?
Have a listen to the roar. We're about to get this big final underway.
Absolutely, it goes to another level.
a dream come true.
There is nothing better than winning a final.
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Bulldogs and Essendon. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's. Triple M rocks finals footy.
An ice cold Kraken and dry will go perfectly with whatever you've got cooking on the barbie.
Premix Kraken Black Spiced Rum. Bar quality served at home. Drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Sam Squires, sports journalist and host of On Her Game podcast, created in partnership with Puma. If you could be fearless about the future of women's sport, what would it look like? I've partnered with Puma to ask their top sporting icons from netball, track and field, AFL and rugby league what they want the future of women's sport to look like and how we can achieve it. Search On Her Game podcast, created in partnership with Puma. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free.
Listener.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Browse and shop online at National Tiles now, because nothing will improve your home more than beautiful all-new National Wall and Floor tiles. Imagine your kitchen, family room and bathrooms with beautiful all-new National Tiles. Yes, order your new National Tiles online now for immediate delivery with the surety of National Tiles' 100% money-back guarantee. So don't delay. Order online at National Tiles now. Conditions apply.
Hey Frank, these Adventure Kings camper trailers are tough as.
Sure are, Jono, and you can customise them so they're ready to go just the way you want them.
Get into the 4-Wheel Drive Supercentre now and we'll hook you up with a brand new Kings camper in time for Christmas for just $14,995. Plus, we'll give you a $1,000 voucher to help you accessorise it your way. Only while stocks last, online or in store at 4-Wheel Drive Supercentre now.
I'm calling mine the Jono.
Make a night in feel like a night at your favourite bar.
Kraken and Cola and Kraken and Dry Premix. Bar quality at home. Drink responsibly.
If the closest you come to live country music is cow print seat covers in the ute, then get ready for Savannah in the Round, Country Music and Camping Festival. Beat the pandemic blues with a bit of country and a long October weekend that rocks. And while you're here, take the time to explore the accessible outback or the Great Barrier Reef or the world's oldest rainforest. No matter how far things go south, everything's better when you head north. SavannahInTheRound.com.au.
It's the best treehouse on the street. A true labour of love. He says it's for the kids.
Dad, can we play on it yet?
But really, he just wants to use his new Stanley FatMax V20 power tools.
Soon, honey. Soon.
Do more with the 18-volt 3-piece kit with drill driver, impact driver, circular saw, 2 2-amp batteries, charger and bag for just $329. Stanley FatMax V20 power tools. Available at Mitre 10 and Home Hardware.
No need for a mixologist. These are ready to go.
Kraken and Cola and Kraken and Dry Premix. Bar quality at home. Drink responsibly.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Kennard's Hire. Do Kennard's Hire make your job easy? Kenno.
Oh, yes, we're not far away from the opening bouts. Qualifying final number 1. It's the Demons minor premiers taking on the Brisbane Lions in their 3rd straight finals campaign for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. And you can follow this game, hashtag AFLD's Lions. It's a big clash. A spot in the prelim is up for grabs. We've got Mark Rasciuto and Bernie Vince having a look at this game along with Chris Dittmar and Rhett Biglands.
Boys, what do we know about Chris Fagan, the coach of Brisbane? He's not a Kevin Sheedy or a Lee Matthews. He's not that big football character, is he? And he's a fairly quiet, unassuming sort of fella. What have you heard about him?
Quiet but highly respected. Just understands. He's been around football forever, so he understands what it takes to be good, and he doesn't take any shortcuts. He's quite demanding, everything I hear, but he's also a player's coach. Arms around him, loves his players, and from everything you hear, the culture and environment in Brisbane is exactly what you'd want in a football club.
Yeah, they love it. The people I speak to from Brisbane are all about, they say he's a great relationship-based coach, so he's very close to the players, highly respected when he was at Hawthorn too, so, but yeah, very close with the players. We saw how much it meant to him though last week. He gets pretty animated, didn't he? When they kicked that point, Lincoln McCarthy, I think it was, that left foot snap that put 1 point. Fascinating how that all played out, but with that 1 point that went through, he took in the siren when he took his headphones off, he threw them, he was yelling, so he certainly gets involved, doesn't hide his emotions, but he does keep him in check too. Pretty calm, sort of collected sort of coaching.
Well, they were gone a month ago. They were terrible. They had a shocking patch. And they were one of the favourites for the whole year. Then they were just terrible, but the last 3 weeks has been good, but up against a better better opponent tonight, Brisbane, but I still think there is bigger chance as anyone to win the flag.
They've got their offence going, haven't they, now? Because that's where they fell away. They couldn't score for some reason, whatever that reason be.
They lost Hipwood.
It was a big out. Yeah, I forgot about that with his knee. But, they've just been able to... They've got their mojo back a bit, Brisbane, the last few weeks. I know they've played some teams that have been a bit lower on the ladder, but they still had to win, still had to get in that top 4, and they give themselves every opportunity now.
They'll probably throw Berry towards Oliver tonight or Petrarca. Berry's been doing their run for them. You'd think he'd get a job there. Maybe Starcevic will go to Fritsch.
Yep.
He's their big shutdown defender. And they'll probably keep an eye on Salem at halfback. He's been a real good ball user for Melbourne across halfback, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sets up all their play, Christian Salem, takes a lot of their kick-outs, and he's just got that uncanny ability, which all the good kicks do off halfback, just to pull kicks late. He makes really late decisions with the footy. He's almost in his kicking motion, and he can pull it inside, and then it just opens up the outside of the open side of the ground. So they love the ball in his hands. But, yeah, it's going to be fascinating midfield. Against the teams over the past sort of month or even 2 months, majority of the season, it's been sort of 50-50 who players get sent to, either Oliver or Petrarca. But the thing with Petrarca is if someone goes to him and they don't like playing as a backman, he just drags them forward and it sort of throws their midfield out. So I'd expect someone to go to Oliver. After his past month has been outstanding, and last week was the reason they won, got him over the line. So if I'm coaching against Melbourne tonight, I'm certainly putting someone to him.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Harms as well. He usually tries to shut down someone. Would he go to... Lachie Neale hasn't been setting the world on fire. He's been better late in the year. Jared Lyons is the one who's been consistently good. Or do you try and shut a Zorko down who's been great all year?
Well, earlier in the year, Harmsy went to Zorko. So he really attacked him, the skipper at the footy club.
Got reported, didn't he?
He did, I think.
Lost it.
Yeah, he does get a bit...
Gave away some 50s.
It's a little bit angry, Zorko. So that plays a role too. When your captain is doing silly things like that can deflate your team. So we'll see who he goes to tonight. He might just... He's been sort of playing that half-forward role, spending a bit of time in the midfield as well. So he might not even have a run with roll tonight. They might just see how it plays out. But Jared Lyons is the one that sneaks under the radar, as you mentioned, real bit. No one goes to him, or they don't send anyone to him too much. I'll be surprised if they did tonight, because we haven't seen anyone really do it. But
they do tend to not take risk, coaches, in finals. If they err on the side, they'll go, yep, let's shut him down tonight. That's why sometimes you get lower scores in finals. They don't, like Rich won't have as much space at halfback. Salem won't be able to run free off halfback tonight. Coaches just don't want to take risks.
Yeah, I think they might even send someone to Rich. His kicking ability's been unbelievable for Brisbane. So look for maybe a Neil Bullen or someone for a defensive forward role on him. Maybe a Spargo, but he's probably got a bit too much height and strength for a Spargo. So I think Melbourne might put some time into him.
What about Ben Brown? It was a whole year experiment almost. He couldn't get into the side, yet the last sort of month he's been able to get 11 goals and given him another avenue forward. How important is he now to this Demons tilt?
Yeah, it was interesting. Before the season we were thinking, how good's the three-prong forward line going to look like? And when I say three-prong, in McDonald, Brown and Wiedemann, but Wiedemann hasn't really fired a shot this year. He came in and got his opportunity but couldn't really establish himself, and then he found himself back out of the team a couple of times, and Ben Brown's just taken his opportunity, and it's about timing as well with those things. He's timed it well, come in and he's just played his role. When he doesn't mark it, he brings it to ground, and generally when he gets a mark inside 50, he's a very good shot at goal, so he can hurt opposition as well. But that's all about opportunity there. He's taken it at the right time of the year.
Roo, how do the Brisbane forwards, because they got some guns down there, and you've touched on them, Charlie Cameron, obviously McStay, you've got Joey Danaher, and you've got an intercept defence of Melbourne with Lever, and you've also got May. So how does the Brisbane forward line go about positioning themselves to make sure that Demons defence can't come in and do what they like to do?
Well, you got to be a bit accountable to your defender when you're up against a gun interceptor. You can't just float around and think you can outread your opponent. They're gun interceptors for a reason. They're gun at predicting where the ball's going to come from. And a night like tonight, when you're playing wet weather football, you do a lot of hack kicks. It's about making ground. So you get the ball, you try and kick it as long as far as you can. That's what you do in wet weather football. So it's predictable. It's easy really to know where it's going to go. So therefore, anyone who's on Lever and May, you've got to be right alongside them.
Now, the weather in Adelaide this afternoon was shocking. It was pouring when we arrived here at the Oval, but no rain at the moment. Roo, you're always all over the bureau on your phone. What can you tell us?
Looks like it's blown over. Looks like we've had our rain, and it'll be a soft track out there, but it'll be a bit slippery, but I think the rain's past us.
Plenty of rain for York Peninsula too.
Yeah,
Dits, so I've heard. But that doesn't tell me that. The locals back there do, because he always says how poor he is and how much money he's not making. So plenty of rain there too.
And one of the biggest football clubs in the land, the CMS Crows, how did they go today?
No, they went down. The local derby over there, the Southern Eagles, upset them today. So final start next week.
Better make a comeback, Ben.
Your old mob.
Yeah.
Let's head down for the pre-game ceremony. It's Melbourne and Brisbane.
Football League and Premier partner Toyota welcome you to the first qualifying final between Melbourne and the Brisbane Lions. The AFL acknowledges the Kaurna people, who are the traditional owners of the land we gather on today, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land, and we respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and contribution to the game of Australian rules football. The AFL now invites you to direct your attention to the big screens for the Welcome to Country.
Namani actually. Neko tikani na mayartana. Thandavo mayartana. Nyari win the curtain. Nyai Miana, Malavera Miana. Zibrokiana. Kala Tawala. Ma. We welcome you to the 2021 Toyota AFL Final Series. First qualifying final, Melbourne versus Brisbane Lions.
Would you please now rise and join with the coaches, players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem.
It is Brisbane and Melbourne here, first qualifying final. Let's take you down to Red Biglands for Bob Jane T-Marts. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli and many more. bobjane.com.au, Biggles.
Well, the crowd's still flowing through, boys. Tickets are available. The capacity was lifted from 15,000 to 20,000 late in the week, and we've had, as Dit said, 2 to 3 mil of rain around today, which ceased about an hour ago, and maybe some splashy bits, but who knows, a little bit later on. With the COVID crowd restrictions, we've seen them attacking late, but certainly it is slippery underfoot out there at the moment. No late outs for either side. For the minor premiums, the 2021 Rising Star Luke Jackson will start on the interchange. Alongside of him will sit Rivers and Spargo. And the local lad from Scotts Creek in the Adelaide Hills, Tom Sparrow. The sub is the tackling machine, James Jordan. For the Lions, they don't have a teenager in their lineup tonight, but they do have the oldest man on the park out there tonight, Grant Birchall. He'll start on the fence along with Jared Berry and former Cat Nakia Cockatoo. Jackson Pryor was the sub here in Adelaide around 16. He's on the interchange. And the sub tonight, of course, is the self-proclaimed barometer boys, Reece Matheson, the beast mode.
Oh, good on you, Biggles. For Bob Jane T. Mart Zorko wins the toss and Brisbane kick to the cathedral end here. Left ear radio dial at the Adelaide Oval. It's Magga's 50th birthday, so try one of their classic double burgers today. Ruin Burn, who wins?
I'm going to go with Brisbane, but no confidence. Could go either way. I just think maybe their forwards tonight, the small, dangerous forwards, might be able to have a bigger impact than the Melbourne forward line.
I think Melbourne are in great form, have been throughout the year, deserve top spot. I just think Oliver, Petrarca, Gawn, all through the midfield, I think too strong. And their defence also too strong.
What about before the game? Who's the match winner on either side? Who is the one player that can stand up and get it done for their team, do you think?
I think Max Gawn for Melbourne is the most important player out there. If he gives them first look and also runs around the ground, he can really take it to Oscar McInerney tonight. And you see last week how much of an influence he had and kicked the last goal. So he'd be full of confidence and can't wait to watch him.
I reckon Lincoln McCarthy might kick 3 or 4. If not Cameron or Zorko, I just think one of those three are going to kick maybe 3 or 4 tonight, and that might be enough.
All right, it's a big game. It's first qualifying final here at the Adelaide Oval. It's Melbourne and Brisbane. We're about to get things started. Welcome to our Brisbane audience for this huge clash of your Lions versus the Demons for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. And here's Chris Dittmar.
Stephen May straight to Danaher match up, and we've got McStay going to Lever. It looks like a defensive forward role following him around.
And maybe started lineup.
Keep going, Ditz.
Here on Triple M, Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince game underway for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. And immediate we'll have a ball up still inside the centre circle. At either end, great defenders, great forwards. We'll go to those matchups in just a moment. Out of the middle, Brisbane get first use of the ball towards half forward, off hands. Lever comes running through half back, kicks to the middle of the ground. Petrarca on his own takes the mark. Was left on his lonesome. Melbourne forwards run hard across half forward. Ben Brown, Fritsch out on the lead, off hands. It comes to Brown. Brown snares it, goes bang, kicks the first goal of the night. And the two key forwards for Melbourne combined. And Melbourne are one straight 6. And Brisbane yet to go into attack. Triple M Kennard's higher scoreboard.
Good start by the Demons, Burn.
Got a little taste for what we can see tonight. Jake Lever was the player that won the ball back for the Demons across half back and just sold everyone the wrong way. Everyone thought he was going to go to the outer wing there, the eastern stand side, and just cut back inside. And Christian Petrarca, I don't know how he found so much space, was all on his own, and then the rest is history. Ben Brown, doesn't normally see him front and centre, but he was able to take it cleanly and snap it beautifully.
Red big ones for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Immediately after that goal, Stephen May ran to the interchange and yelled out to Simon Goodwin. He was unsure about something down back, but he really looked puzzled.
Starcevic is on Pickett. That was the matchup I was trying to get out earlier. I didn't predict that one.
Well, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy, Demons get the first goal quickly. We're back in the middle. So free kick Brisbane, I think.
Brisbane.
Yeah, against Gawn. Going to McInerney in the middle in the ruck contest.
Be a good duel, those boys.
Umpires mic'd up exclusively for Triple M. Coleman for Brisbane. Danaher. Well, that was easy stuff. Big Joe steaming out's taken a mark-minute rip from outside 50.
Had a little bit too much speed there, didn't he? Got the jump on May and couldn't make up the ground.
Yeah, he did. I love the play from Brisbane, just taking the game on. Free kick in the middle of the ground, handball received, straight inside 50, and it's very hard to defend if the kick's right, which it was.
So Danaher, 45 goals for the season, comes in, 51 metres out, unloads a big long ball. It's going right there. Big fist by Smith. For the Demons, minor score only. So it's Brisbane 1 point, Melbourne 1 straight 6. Triple M Kennard's higher scoreboard opening term.
Thought he might have got the distance there, only from 51.
I don't think he hit it
No.
completely right. It looked like it was a bit of a mongrel.
Good call from Bernie Vince as Salem brings Melbourne back into play. Just inside the centre square, sitting under it Coleman. Went to ground, Harms pushing him out of the way.
Pushing him back, Melbourne.
And umpires are giving some frees early. And this time the Demons.
Stay out, Joe. Play on.
So from the middle, the Demons go towards half forward Robinson. Oh, gee. He just pulled up short there. Thought he was going to run at it. Grayshaw's loose across half forward. He runs to about 30 out. Oh, got the instep of the boot. Ben Brown from behind. Couldn't take the mark. gee, again, Brayshaw, I don't know if did he try and kick the goal there or not?
He passed it.
I was going to ask the same question.
No, he passed that. He pulled it late. Saw Ben Brown and thought he was on his own, but able to get a hand in Andrews.
If he had it again, he might have gone for goal. He was only about 25, 30 out on the run.
Too unselfish, Ditz.
That's right. So 117 Melbourne, Brisbane, one behind. Triple M Kennard's higher scoreboard.
So Rich brings the footy back in. Big fist by McCarthy. It's out of play. Have it thrown in. 50 around Demons goal.
That's a part of leadership sometimes, isn't it? When it's your turn to have a shot on goal,
kick the goal.
I know the team's there, but that's a 50-50 opportunity anyway. You've got it. Running into goal, 35 metres out. I think you just have a shot there.
Certainly entitled to.
Mark Rasciuto there. Triple MC Bus super special comments. Working hard lines for Brisbane. Able to dart around and get rid of the ball. Work it up towards halfback. Real contest here. Bowie was there with McCarthy. Oh, Brayshaw out on the full. Came off the instep, and Brisbane will get the footy just back with a centre wing.
Wanting to play on Lockie Neal, but the umpire said no, come back.
Bowie got that roll on McCarthy, you said, Roo, that you thought might kick a few goals, so a big roll for the young fella.
Lockie Neal plays on hard from centre wing, kicks long towards half forward. Fulton the target, just edged under it by May. Bowie at the back. And there was hanging on at a Brisbane free. And it'll come to Bailey. Had the arm held as he tried to run on. So from just outside 50, goes all the way to the goal square. The Flyers come. Big leap from behind. Fullerton couldn't get a handle on it. Handball comes out. Cameron a chance. Doesn't miss these. 10 metres out. Kicks it around the corner. Brisbane get their first of the night. Brisbane's leading goal kicker this year gets the first. 117. Likewise, Melbourne 117. Triple M Kennard's higher scoreboard.
48 goals for Charlie Cameron, having a good year again. He would have been just on the edge of the All-Australian side. Didn't quite get the nod. I think Papley got the nod in his spot. Great jump by McStay. That's what he needs to do. Create a contest, bring it to the ground for McCarthy, Cameron, Zorko, these small forward types who could threaten to win the game for Brisbane tonight.
Great handball there from McCarthy. Didn't actually see the players inside, but in Cameron, but he just handled it to a dangerous space, and that's what you can do in the forward line. Get it into a dangerous area, make the Demons defenders panic. In that point in time, they didn't even have to panic because it was just a perfect handball, and he slotted it through. It's open game, isn't it, Roo?
Yeah, well, it is at the moment. There's plenty of long kicking, but that's what we expected. You're not going to finesse the ball in the slippery conditions.
The McDonald's and Ream hot water, Triple M rocks footy. Big McInerney out of the ruck. Sends Brisbane working towards the 50. Cameron half held, then he wasn't, then he goes again. Smith on his tail. Boundary line. It's out of play. And we'll have it thrown in underneath the old scoreboard. Scores locked away, 117 apiece on the Triple M Kennard's Hire scoreboard. The Kennard's Hire make your job easy. Ken Oath.
So the two big fellas, Gawn and Big O. Big Oscar McInerney go at it in front of the old scoreboard at the Adelaide Oval. McInerney front position. Fisted back towards the boundary line. Oliver keeps it alive. Melbourne handball their way out of defence. Long kick comes in the direction of Ben Brown. In the middle of this pack, can't take the mark. Quick handball comes out. Melbourne working hard along the outer centre wing. That was quite brilliant.
Great kick.
Players loose through the middle. Sparrow now bangs it onto the boot towards half forward. Fritz the target. And he's caught behind. And now Birchall called to play on straight away.
He gets it short. Robinson back into the lines. Outfit tonight. Goes out towards centre wing. Lever went to ground. Got the handball away to Petty. Sparrow. He's getting a few Red Z lending stats early. And here's Neil Bullen for the Demons. He's got it at half forward. Puts a long ball inside 50. Fritz sits underneath it. At the back, Gardner. Harris Andrews wrapped up strongly. And we'll have a ball up deep 50 here for the D's.
So 117 apiece early part of this game. We've played 7 minutes of the opening term at the Adelaide Oval. Plenty on the line in this game. Finals footy doesn't get any better. Right here on Triple M. McInerney to Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen, Petraka, held tight, got the handball all the way under pressure. It went to Birchall of Brisbane. Oh, that's carried. Brayshaw ran backwards into a pack. Salem belts it forward. Bowie on the end of it. Kicks to the goal square. No mark taken off hands. And it dribbles out of play. Pickett copped a little bit of treatment there in the right forward pocket. Umpire says we'll throw it in right by the Melbourne goal.
Love the way they set up behind the footy, Melbourne. Real strength of theirs. They actually create a +2 with Max Gawn sitting behind the footy. So just looks so strong behind the ball with can create repeat inside 50s.
Bernie Vince there, along with Mark Rasciuto tonight. Seabus Super special comments. The throw in. A tap. McInerney working double time to try and get it out of there. Just over at McCluggage. Couldn't get his hand on it. And Coleman, it's out of play. Touch. We'll have it thrown in. 60 around from Melbourne City end goal.
Makes it hard to score, though. +2, doesn't it? Do you ever need to be that many? Usually you should outnumber them by 1, but I guess sometimes Maxi just going back just to reassure them.
Seabus Super comments there from Mark Rasciuto. Gawn in front, wins the tap. Harms beaten to it by Lyons. Lyons handball. Under pressure, went to Robinson. Robinson's quick kick, centre wing, Fullerton. Overran it, Rivers. His handball goes astray. Cameron's away, gets onto the motorbike, loses it in the bounce, regains it. Can he kick his second goal? Yes, he can. On his way, right down the middle of the ground. Terrible, terrible turnover. And Charlie Cameron's got the first 2 for Brisbane. He makes them pay. 2-1-13. Melbourne 1-1-7. Triple M Kennard's high scoreboard.
Well, 150 games, Charlie Cameron. He's kicked 5 in a prelim at Adelaide Oval against Geelong or GWS back in 2017. So he's not frightened of the big stage, and he loves this oval. And he loves when opposition just put it on a plate with 50 metres of space in front of him and the goal. You're not going to catch him. It's only whether he stuffs it up, and he didn't on that occasion.
Trent Rivers, he has that. He won't want to see that again. He's just handballed straight to Charlie Cameron in open space. I don't know whether he thought it was his own teammate or not, but that's a real blunder.
And you talk about having players behind the play. They had no one there. There was no loose behind Charlie at that occasion, so that's when you do need an anchor out.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Brisbane go forward again. Falcon there for Petty. He'll have Sharon stamped across the head. Play it down as well. It might be McStay behind play. Melbourne through Jackson, through centre wing. Working it out to Neil Bull and now Langdon. He's going to put a left foot ball in the direction of Big Ben Brown at the back. McDonald, ground level, Sparrow, lines him up, goes for home, nails it. Goals are on early here at the Oval. 2-1-13 apiece. Triple M Kennard's highest scoreboard. Rhett Biglands for Bob Jane teammates.
It's a massive collision at half forward for the Lions. That's McStay in the hands of the trainer. So has blood streaming from his nose and was struggling to get to his feet. So the umpires have stopped play here and they'll get him off the field with a blood rule. But he is struggling to walk at the moment. 3 trainers with him, just trying to keep him upright.
Bob Jane teammates, buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli and many more. BobJane.com.au. Mark Rasciuto, Bertie Vince.
From my initial look at him trying to get up, he looked wobbly. He was pushing on the ground. Sort of his eyes looked almost like they were back in his head. He's in all sorts. Obviously, blood pouring out of his nose or face. As we see on here, the Harvey Norman replay.
Did you see that? I just saw it up on the screen. He's been kneed in the head. He's friendly fire. Has someone tried to run past him?
He will not play for the rest of this game. You wouldn't have thought, which means next week as well.
Enter the barometer.
Oh, early injection for the barometer.
Reece Matheson, we're talking about the sub for Brisbane.
Just warming up as we speak in front of Biggles.
Let's go to Biggles.
Yeah, so for McStay, they were thinking about just taking him straight down the race. That's how groggy he is. He's just in front of me. Then they turn and thought, well, just in case, we'll take him through the interchange gates. But no, Matheson is ready to go, boys. He'll have a jacket off in a second. They'll make that substitution very early.
There is blood pouring from his nose like you don't usually see with a standard blood nose.
Very groggy. Back in the middle. Big O gets Brisbane. Out to half forward, Danaher streaming out on the lead. He's a long way from goal. He's run into the centre square almost. Handball to Zorko. Zorko to the pocket. And a good strong mark. Taken in defence. Lever.
In a Zertek.
I know. All-Australian back pocket. Kicks to centre wing. Birchall sits under it. Couldn't take the mark. Brayshaw off hands. Good. Quick handball. Sparrow, the goal kicker moments ago. Kicks to half forward. No one home for Melbourne. Allows Andrews to come out. Terrible handball. Put Rich right under the pump. But he's good enough to get the kick away. And he gets a bit of distance on it too. And he finds Berry at centre wing.
So Berry, forward to centre wing here for Brisbane. Pumps a long ball inside 50. Danaher's got the spot. May with the push. Smith with the mark. So Smith gets the mark. Gee, you're right, Bern. It is very open, isn't it, for a final?
Yeah, it is. I expect it to be real lockdown, but Brisbane got to be careful of that. The last couple of entries been high, long bombs. Intercept mark by Melbourne, so have to watch that.
Oh, play on.
Viney tried to get the mark. It was punched away. Danaher snap on goal misses. Chance goes begging for the Lions. 2-2-14 Brisbane. 2-1-13 Melbourne on the Triple M Kennard Tyres scoreboard. Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince.
Yeah, a player of Danaher's ability should kick those goals, shouldn't he? That's left foot.
Snap, he loves the snap.
Yeah. Oh, well, can't get them all.
So May and Lever kick it back and forward to each other in defence. Now they go out towards centre wing on the other side of the ground, the outer side. And it dribbles out of play. Langdon not able to take the mark.
Oscar McInerney is the leading possession winner on the ground for the Lions. He's had 5 disposals. He's had 3 hardball gets, 3 clearances, all of those centre bounce clearances. He's on fire.
Max
Gordon, couple of inside 50s.
Yet to touch it either.
Oscar on top.
So only 13 minutes in. If you just joined us, Brisbane a bit unsettled. They've lost McStay, off with concussion, and a severely, well, bloody nose it was, as Langdon picks up at halfback, kicks towards centre wing, no mark taken. Melbourne through Harms at halfback. The handball comes to Viney. Viney might have a bounce. No, just gets it onto the left boot. Kicks long. Ben Brown the target. Can he mark it or nearly? Had a hand on it. Didn't take the mark. Starcevic brings on a bit of heat with a couple of tacklers around him. Brown at ground level fighting for it. The big fella. Too many around this one as Fritsch now comes in. But the umpire letting it go. Can the ball come out of there? They're trying. And no, the umpire says, I'll ball it up in front of the grandstand centre wing outer side. Rhett Bigland's on the boundary.
Yeah, so McStay is done for the night, boys. That is a severe head gash, and they have activated the beast mode. On comes Matheson, substitution 10 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, hello. Yeah. Rob James, Seamarts, Petrarca out of the contest for the D's. Oh, Fritsch! Nice flying mark. He came in between Brown and the Lions' defence, which was headed up by Gardner. It'll go back straight in front, City End.
Well, another clearance win by Melbourne going forward. I don't know how that panned out, but it was a 2v1 inside forward 50, and the two being Melbourne's forward 50, and Ben Brown and Bailey Fritsch, and they could have just raffled that off. Ben Brown did the smart thing and just took the body of the Brisbane defender, which allowed Fritsch just to take an easy, uncontested mark.
Well, he's gone to another level, Bern, hasn't he, Fritsch?
Oh, yeah.
This year, City End straight in front, kick on the way. He has missed. It's a minor score, so we are locked away on the Kennard Tyres scoreboard. 2-2-14 apiece. Opening term, 15 minutes in.
Interesting forward, Fritsch, isn't he? He's not a big-bodied player. He's 188 centimetres. Tall enough to take marks up forward, but he's not huge, is he? But he's their leading goal kicker this year as May takes a very strong mark in front of Danaher. So the ball's going to come straight back into the 50 for Melbourne. Got Rivers on short, ignores him. May goes more direct, although goes out to the pocket. There are 3 Lions out there against Fritsch. He nearly took the mark. Brisbane tried to clear, and that's a terrible hat kick from Andrews. Threw it onto his left, skewed off the side of the boot, and it's out on the full.
That was messy and lazy by Harris Andrews there. He could have done better than that.
Looked really lazy. He's almost just like, I don't want it here. I'll just kick it out the full and let me reset.
No, Rasciuto, Bernie Vince, Seabus, super special comments. Long ball in for the Demons. Brown tried to claim it. There were many hands to it. He didn't get it. Here's Berry. Oh, Brayshaw, big smother. Keeps the ball in the area. It's out of play. We'll have it thrown in 25 around.
I think Robinson's just giving him a little bit of a spray there, Berry as well. Didn't quite let him run at the ball. Should have been Robinson's ball. He was running towards the goal.
So throw in deep 50 here for the Demons. McDonald took it out of the air. Here he is. Cozzy Pickett snaps and goes and nails it.
Wow.
A ripping goal from Pickett, a right foot snapper. And the Demons 3-2-20. Brisbane 2-2-14. Triple M Kennard Tyres scoreboard. Mark Rasciuto and Bernie Vince on Triple M footy.
Well, that's just Cozzy Pickett to a tee. Small crumbing forward and got a bit of space and just bent it back just nicely. It was a hard shot at goal to bend it back from. You've got no room for error when you're bending it back that way against the tide, but you see him bust out, had a fair bit of space, too much space really. The Brisbane defence should have known that that's where he's going to run if he gets the ball, but geez, a dangerous player. They obviously Brisbane understand how important he is. They've put their best defensive defender on him in Starcevic, but he just weaved his way through there and slotted it straight through. That's a good goal and makes up for Fritsch's earlier miss.
That's an incredible goal. Running to the wrong pocket, just slotted it through beautifully. Don't let your forwards get goal side route.
Bernie Vince, Mark Rasciuto here on Triple M for McDonald's and Ream. Hot water, Triple M rocks footy. Big Max Gawn picks it up, gets his first touch, kicks to half forward. And Rich, the All-Australian halfback flanker, takes the mark. Sparrow called to come back on the mark. Daniel Rich just inside the defensive 50. Members side of Adelaide Oval. Not much on offer. Takes a bit of time. Now kicks on. He's a beautiful kick of the footy normally. Kicks to centre wing. In the middle of the pack. Petty and Gawn see the ball out of play right by the interchange gate. 3-2-20 Melbourne. 2-2-14 Brisbane. Charlie Cameron, both goals for the Brisbane Lions. Danaher missed not a sitter, but a goal that he probably should have kicked. Throw in Gawn. And Big Os go at it. Gawn down to Oliver. Oliver falls over at the wrong time. Lockie Neal head over the ball. Suckers it forward. Goes to half forward. Errant handball went straight to Rivers of Melbourne. His handball to Lever. Lever caught in the middle of a couple of Lions. He's well tackled. Can't break the tackle. Umpire to ball it up just inside the centre square.
I reckon Melbourne are having an extra midfielder. Just have a look at Daniel Rich. He's just dropping off. He's allowing the half forward to push up to the contest. He's holding back to try and be the quarterback.
A lot of players around this ball. Oliver just tried to push his opponent out of the way. And umpire runs in. Mic'd up exclusively for Triple M footy. Just heard there from Mark Rasciuto, along with Bertie Vince, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. C-Bus for all of us. The special comments as the Lions, they work it forward inside the 50. Oh, real nice shark and snap by Bailey. And the Lions, they level things up again. 3-2-20 Melbourne, 3-2-20 Brisbane. Triple M Kennard Tyre scoreboard. Played nearly 20 minutes opening term. Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince.
Another stoppage goal against Melbourne, and for Brisbane, they look a little bit shaky when they're getting the ball in quickly. When they don't have, I know when the ball's inside the Demons forward 50, they're somehow able to create a +2. But when they don't have that +2, when it's one-on-one inside 50, they look really dangerous, Brisbane, going forward. And it's a bit of a concern here for Melbourne because they need to tighten up. On that occasion, it was young Jake Bowie's opponent at the time, but just let it over the back. And as a defence, you can't let it over the back, bro. Again, like we said down the other end.
Their strengths are their big men, Melbourne, and that's not going to help much tonight when Brisbane have got lots of good small men on a wet night.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy scores tied away. Late in this opening term at the Adelaide Oval, McLuggage belts it forward for Melbourne. Bowie cuts them off from half-back, runs hard, kicks to half-forward. Rich, the man that Roo spoke about moments ago, just read it beautifully and took it on the chest at half-back. Loose player at centre wing. Goes that way now, Lyons, takes the mark. Has the player run past him, Coleman gets around a couple cleverly. Hamilton to Mitch Robinson. Robinson to the pocket now. Well... That was just a little bit crazy from McCarthy.
That's stupid.
When they say you go up too early, that was about a month early. Wow.
That was entertaining, though, didn't it?
It was a good fly.
If he got it right, it would have been unbelievable.
So Lever gets the free kick in defence.
Here he is, Jakey Lever, releasing down the line. Jackson worked to the front, couldn't drag it down. Brisbane just missed the target there, Adams, and it's out of play. Have it thrown in just forward to centre wing here for the Lions.
Good match-up through the midfield, Jared Lyons and Clayton Oliver going head-to-head, so fascinating watch.
So throw-in, Gawn up against the Big O. McInerney to Ruck, go at it. Gawn wins on this occasion. Secondary follow-up from McInerney, tried to whack it his side's way. It's out of play in front of Petrarca. What are his numbers, Petrarca, boys, on the Red Z lending snaps tonight?
He's had 4 disposals, 2 handballs, 2 kicks, a couple of inside 50s. Melbourne definitely got the extra player at the stoppage here, guys. You can see clearly they've got the extra one. So even if they win it, they've got to get it past the Brisbane defence, who got Birchall sitting back on his own at the moment.
Comments from Mark Rasciuto. 22 minutes gone opening term. 3-2-20 apiece. Brisbane and Melbourne as they work it back to the boundary line. Zorko, I nearly said Zerko again. Zorko can't keep the ball in play and they'll throw it in.
Almost depends where it is on the ground, whether they create a +1 or send one extra to the stoppage with Melbourne. If it's in their forward half, it looks like they try and create a spare.
So you can see Brayshaw was the loose player for Melbourne, just off the pack. Oliver, it might come his way now, Brayshaw. No, but Tracker cut off by Brisbane. The handball came out to Coleman. Birchall on that natural left boot goes to half forward. Bowie good from behind with the fist. Brayshaw lost it. Good pressure from Brisbane across half forward. Handball comes to Bailey. Bailey handball Zorko. His kick will fall short. Playing in front. Brisbane, no mark taken. Cameron hovering. Lever gets to the ball first to Langdon. Langdon just hooves it out of there. Not to a Melbourne player though. Straight to Rich. It'll come back with tax because he can kick the ball a long, long way. All the way to the goal square. May did well. Pushed Danaher under the footy. Loose ball. Coming in hard, Robinson. But too many Melbourne defenders now.
Oh, the intensity's starting to lift in this one. And here we go, Coleman. They'll lose it through harms now, Melbourne. Now Petrarca gets them working up past centre wing. Fritsch in a one-on-one. Bouncing footy. Boundary line. Fritsch and Gardner. Fritsch keeping it in front of himself. Gardner right there. Fritsch still going. Ball inside the 50. Gardner fell over. Lost the ball. Chance is Spargo. Tight against the boundary. Snapping ball around the body.
That was in.
Extraordinary stuff. Hasley and harassing from the D's to get it forward. It's a minor score, and it's 3-3-21 Melbourne, 3-2-20 Brisbane. Triple M Kennard's high scoreboard.
That was coast to coast, brilliant footy. Melbourne under enormous pressure in their back pocket, somehow got it to a shot on goal that only missed by a metre. Bailey Fritsch was enormous, keeping that in on Gardner.
Gee, I thought Gardner did well too. That was a good contest as Lyons tries to mark, and he's given away the free kick.
Nothing pretty about it, was there, Roo? There was a talk from Petrarca, then a couple of tap-ons.
It was where the footy, wasn't it?
It was perfect finals footy.
So Viney's copped the high tackle. Will launch this one long. The long left foot kick just falls short in front of the goal square. Big pack of players, no mark. Robinson fumbled. Neil Bullen off hands. He's dragged out of the contest. Was it a free? Umpire said no. Oliver head over the ball now. Gone. Oh, that was high. Oh, he got a free kick.
Jeez.
Neil Bullen comes through, gets rock and roll, comes to Brayshaw. Brayshaw standing start, left foot kick, touch, play on, set the umpire. Andrews had an airy, tried to fist it clear. Now Coleman, he lost it in the tackle. Oliver, big chance in front of goal. Clayton Oliver, left foot kick. He kicks a goal. It is pressure, finals footy at the Adelaide Oval. And somehow Oliver made something out of nothing, and he gets Melbourne's fourth goal. 4-3-27. Brisbane a 3-2-20. Great game of footy. Rhett Bigland's on the boundary.
Just to add more to that Daniel Rich conversation, the weapon off half-back for the Lions, he normally averages about 80% game time. Well, the first 10 minutes in this match, 7 of those minutes he was on the interchange bench, so they were trying to work out his role tonight, which is most unusual for the Lions.
Bit of feeling in this one.
Yeah, plenty of feeling.
A lot of hits or late hits off the ball. There was Danaher threw a Melbourne player to the ground then after that goal, so plenty of feeling in this one. Some big contests. Again, nothing really pretty about that. There was mistake after mistake after mistake, but that was all due to pressure and wet weather style footy. But how clean is Clayton Oliver? That's a one-touch player. Picked it up, left foot snap, beautiful goal.
And that's his first kick for the game. He's had 3 handballs, and that's a Red Z lending stat for you.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed. We're back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Demons lead it by 7 points. Brisbane work it to their top of their 50. Bowie comes through strongly. Salem for Melbourne. Oliver wrapped up. Done. Surely. Nice little dance move. McCluggage. Lever. He lost the ball. O'Neill. Cameron. Here he goes. Charlie.
He's going to kick 12.
He's on fire. Cameron dominating here at the Oval. And Brisbane, they drag it back. It's 4-3-27 Melbourne. It's 4-4-26 Brisbane. Triple M Kennard's High scoreboard. To Kennard's High, make your job easy. Ken Oath. Bertie Vince, Mark Rasciuto.
Well, Bern, I think you might just have to get a message out there to the man on Charlie Cameron. Please don't let him get goal side of you, because he's fairly fast, if you haven't noticed.
Would you ever run him down, Roo, back in your day? Your quickest? No, you just don't let him get goal side, as you said. But again, it was another goal off pressure. Relentless pressure, the tackle pressure from Brisbane, as we see in the Harvey Norman replay. Big tackle on Clayton Oliver. Probably should have been paid holding the ball, like we said. But Jake Lever won it back as well. He was tackled to the ground. Ball spilled out, tap forward. Charlie Cameron, he's always in the right spot this play.
You look on the Chemist Warehouse replay screen, he's 5 metres on his own on the way to the goals. Like you've just got to be next to him.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Cameron with 3 goals in the opening term. Melbourne out of the middle. Petrarca kicks it very, very high. Rich under it with the fist. Off hands, Brayshaw a chance. Left it behind. McLuggage well tackled. Quick kick going forward was touched. Gorn on the end of it. The big ruckman. He got run down. That's holding the ball. Whoa. Gee, the umpire changed his mind. Razor Ray put the whistle to his mouth. as Cameron takes the mark in front of Salem, plays on, goes long and strong, wobbles off the side of the boot. Big collision.
Oh, big contest.
Gee, that was courageous and off hands. Lever mops up for Melbourne, but he's made a blue.
Charlie Cameron is looking as dangerous as I've ever seen him tonight. He's everywhere. Obviously kicked the 3 goals, but looked dangerous then too.
The Brisbane, they mess up the bring in. May tries to get it out of there. Sitting under it, Coleman, nice. Cops some late pressure from Ben Brown.
Who's on Charlie Cameron? Is that Joel Smith on him?
It looked like he said before the game that he would.
Jeez, he the right matchup, Bert?
Here's Coleman inside 50 as Petty takes a diving mark.
He's certainly got the toe to go with him. Very athletic. He's pretty tall as well. But I think he's found the goals he's kicked. He's actually found himself not on him. It was Trent Rivers, the last goal. And before that, Salem was
big fly, Jackson! Dragged it down. Set on shoulders.
He was a rising star there.
Was he what? Brilliant stuff by the Demons. Here's Oliver, just allowed to turn and go. Kicks a long ball in the Ben Brown direction. He's got Langdon feeding past. He doubles back. He can go deep. He goes to Langdon. Got him. In the forward pocket. Langdon will go back and have a shot, City end goal.
That's what you like your resting ruckman to do, have an impact in the air. That is massive. Wow. That is intimidating for everyone when your opposition big men can fly above the pack and pull it down in slippery conditions. That is awesome.
Just watching on the Harvey Norman replay, Roo, there.
Yes.
That's a very good mark. But that's why players like that are so valuable, contested markers.
Langdon around the body, likes it. Demons have got 5 in the opening term. They're 5-3-33. Brisbane 4-2-26. Really entertaining final here at the Adelaide Oval on the Triple M Kennards High scoreboard.
They've brought their guns, haven't they? It's a shootout here,
isn't it? I didn't expect this, Roo, in these sort of conditions. The weather we've had pre-game, the rain. I know it's not raining now, but it'd be damp out there, wet, and finals are generally low scoring, real combative. Not that it hasn't been combative. There's been some big contests, but it is a shootout on the scoreboard, and that's what's so valuable about these guys. I touched on it a little bit. Contested marks around the ground in finals too, when a lot of the time you're forced to go long down the line. That's what it can do. Give the handball off to a running player going past, and then you're inside 50. Even numbers. They actually had a +1 in the end with Langdon's work rate. So well done to Melbourne, well done to Luke Jackson.
So some big highlights in this opening term. 3 goals from Charlie Cameron. McStay off, injured at about the 12-minute mark. Brisbane forced to use their medical sub. So there's lots happening. Melbourne by 7 points at the moment, deep in this first term. Oliver out of the middle, starting to have a real influence. Kicks it, wobbles it to centre wing. Being held, Pickett. Coming in for Tracker to help. He lost it. Pickett goes back in G. Matheson copped a high one, a real nasty one as Neil Bullen handballs to the running Oliver. Ben Brown on a lead, drops the mark. Gee, the pass couldn't have been any better. Maybe had too much on it and he dropped it. Umpires found a free, holding the ball.
I think he was deciding whether to take a chest mark or to put it in his hands, and he went late with his hands and he was just all over the shop.
Gee, it was a beautiful pass. As a free kick will go to Coleman.
I think he thought the defender was right up his clackaroo. Had to take it out, as you said, straight arms. We could have just taken that on the chest. Beautiful kick.
So here's Rich for Brisbane. Works it up towards centre wing, and it's out of play. Yeah, bring the stadium home this footy finals. Great deals on TVs and sound bars now at Harvey Norman. The Harvey Norman replay. Let's see exactly what Rue was saying there with the Ben Brown situation. Right in front of us, centre wing. 33-26. Demons lead it by 7. First qualifying final here at the Adelaide Oval. Trying to step through some traffic. Bailey works it for Brisbane up to half forward. Danaher, he was able to beat May, and then he got into his boot while lying on his back. Here's Charlie Cameron. He's kicked 3 first quarter goals. Coming through Harms. Ball spills. Lever, he's wrapped up in a Cameron tackle. Still going, Lever. Ball spits out. Matheson. He's the sub for McStay. And a little tap. Here's Robinson. Got it across. Little snap. Zorko. And under it is Smith for Melbourne. And the D's have got a deeper defence.
So right up against the boundary line in front of the old scoreboard. Smith, who's got his hands full, we think, with Charlie Cameron. And the kick goes that way. Cameron on the end of this one. Melbourne out of defence, or at centre wing they are now. Through the middle of the ground they bring it. Neil Bull on one side of the ground to the other to Brayshaw. Brayshaw can turn and run. Beautiful pass to Ben Brown, who's a long way from goal, over the top. Other players running for Melbourne, they're going hard. And they've got loose players everywhere, and Harms takes it. Can he get the distance? He's just outside 50.
He's got
Neil Bullen's on.
Got a big leg on him, James Harms, though. He'll back himself here. What about the work rate from him? I watched him behind or off ball then. He worked so hard to get forward of the footy and was rewarded.
So he has worked hard. He is really breathing in the big, deep breaths, isn't he? Taking a bit of time here.
Using his 30.
Yep.
Which is what you should do. Compose yourself, do your routine, work out exactly what you're doing. Take the guesswork out of it.
So this falls short. I don't think he really had a crack at the goal there in the end. He was hoping someone would read it. Viney was in front, didn't take the mark.
Oh, no.
And Brisbane have deliberately kicked this ball through for a minor score. Adams it was. And no damage done, according to the umpire. 5-4-34 Melbourne. Lions, Brisbane, 4-2-26.
We saw that pulled kick work late last week for Melbourne, but no one was on the same page tonight.
So here's Rich for Brisbane.
I'll probably listen to you, son. He's had a big lead.
Well, he has.
Brings the footy in. Danaher flies. May right with him. Got the fist. Here's Neil for Brisbane. Bailey a little tap. Ground level pick up. Starcevic was nice. They share it to the outer side through McCluggage to Robinson. Brisbane now come back to this side of the ground. Berry's got to be good here. He's got a couple to beat. Able to make a contest. Zorko ground level. Gorn did well. Brayshaw in there for Melbourne.
Well done.
Gorn another little follow-up. Falls to Bailey though. He puts the wheels on. Gets it across to Matheson. The barometer goes to the top of the goal square. Contest back there with Cockatoo. It bounces into the point post. We'll have it thrown in at the Cathedral end here. It's an 8-point Melbourne lead.
Just little things like Zorko's second effort there to keep the ball moving forward. That makes a huge difference. It doesn't go down as a stat on the Red Z lending, but gee, it can set up goals.
Throw in. Very crowded forward line for Brisbane. Gorn makes front position, built it out towards the goal square. Then he soccers it clear. Bowie over the ball, coming in Viney to help out. Salem, Hamble over the top, Brayshaw. Brayshaw immediately tackled and taken to the boundary line. Good strength from Zorko this time, not allowing Brayshaw to go anywhere, and we'll have a throw in 40 around from Brisbane's goal.
He's got to be careful of those big long forward handballs in your D50. You set your opponent up there to get big tackled.
An old hospital handball.
Yes.
34 and a half minutes gone in the opening term at the Adelaide Oval. Gorn and McInerney share it. Then Gorn soccers it forward. It goes to the boundary line. And umpire says, let's throw it in.
Yeah. See them paid during the year, Roo.
Yes, well, I thought 50-50 that one, but no one sort of asked for it, so they didn't give it.
Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince, Triple M, C-Bus, super special comments tonight. Throw in 50 around or so from the Brisbane goal. Too strong there, Gorn against McInerney. Got it working up to half forward, but Brisbane is set across the defensive area here. Rich to Harris Andrews, goes down the line. She used his body well, Zorko, in the initial part there. It ends up with Gorn though. He delivers straight back to Harris Andrews.
Only just held that.
So time ticking away. Opening quarter. And it's been a goal fest. There's the siren. Melbourne lead it at quarter time by 8 points. 5-4-34. Brisbane 4-2-26. And 3 goals to Charlie Cameron in the opening term. McStay is off subbed. Really copped a heavy hit. He had blood streaming from the snout. And possible concussion there, so he's out. And replaced, of course, by Matheson. Melbourne with a 8-point lead at quarter time. Back with Bertie Vincent, Mark Rasciuto after the break for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Kennard's Hire. Did Kennard's Hire make your job easy? Ken O's.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
It's Macca's 50th birthday, so try one of their classic double burgers today. Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
This Triple M listener has just won $10,000 by listening to the Marty Sheargold Show.
Give us your numbers and good luck, Rob. I hope you win it.
0873.
Pin correct.
We're reloading the vault and resetting the pin.
1693.
Another $10,000 Monday morning between 8 and 8:15 on Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
Even after 50 years, we're still celebrating the classics at Macca's. So for our birthday, why not take our iconic taste to the next level? Party with a quarter pounder, Filet-O-Fish, McChicken or Big Mac today. Available after 10:30am.
Steve Price here. Join me for Australia Today. Spirited debate with strong opinions and conversations you won't be able to stop talking about. It's your chance to tell Australia what you really think. We will bring you the top stories, breaking news, and speak to the people in power who are making the decisions. And of course, Natasha Belling and I will have a bit of fun as well. Call us anytime, 1300 23 99 99 for Australia Today.
Australia Today with Steve Price. Debate, opinion, now on the Listener app.
If you do a bit of driving, you might have noticed this name, Lindsay Transport. They've been around for over 60 years, starting as a small family company. They now operate 33 depots and stores from Adelaide to Mareeba. Well, if you're an experienced MC driver, Lindsay Transport is after you. If you want to operate safe, modern equipment with consistent and stable workloads and guaranteed pay increases, why not give them a call on 1800 687 929 during business hours, or send your resume direct to people@lindsayaustralia.com.au.
Oscar, Penny, Hercules, Horatio.
If dogs are a part of your family, you'll want to keep your family protected.
Jasmine, Jenny, Harley.
Simparica Trio gives dogs fast and effective protection from fleas and ticks, deadly heartworm and intestinal worms. A simple monthly chew that keeps your dog safe from deadly parasites inside and out.
Who wants to go for a walk?
So if you're a dog person, you'll want Simparica Trio. Protection from fleas, ticks, intestinal worms and heartworm.
Do you think people with disability are effective in the workplace?
I don't know the answer.
Find out what Australia really thinks about disability, old people and obesity. New series streaming free on SBS On Demand.
There's a lot of talk out there about the COVID-19 vaccine. But when it comes to your health, the one talk you should have is with a doctor or pharmacist. They can answer any questions you have and give you the information you need. So get informed and get vaccinated. Go to coronavirus.vic.gov.au or call 1800 675 398. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor. Proudly local, proudly independent.
Right, quarter time, first qualifying final here at the Adelaide Oval. The Demons lead it by 8 points, 5-4-34. Brisbane a 4-2-26. The McDonald's and Reed Hotwater, Triple M at the Rocks footy. Let's head to Red Biglands for Bob Jane T-March. Dan McStay subbed out earlier in the game, Biggles.
Yeah, he copped that knee to the face whilst lying on the ground from his teammate Nakai Cockatoo. So a lot of concerns around whether or not he's okay in regards to facial or cheekbone fractures. But the good news is he's up and moving around. They haven't really poked or prodded around down there. There was just a lot of blood and there were concerns with his concussion. But he won't take any further part in the game.
Bob Jane T-March, buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli and many more. bobjane.com.au. Bertie, Vincent, Mark Rasciuto, the Triple M Reds head lending stats.
Yeah, Neil Bullen's leading the Demons with 9 disposals. Oliver finished off, had a great second half of that first quarter. He ended up on 8. Lever, Petraka, Harms with 7 and Salem and Langdon and Sparrow with 6. And for the Lions, Lockie Neals had 11 disposals. Daniel Rich in that quarterback role has had 9. They might want to keep an eye on him, Melbourne, I think. Zorko's 8. Cameron, 7 and 3 goals. Massive first quarter for Charlie Cameron. Robinson and Coleman have had 7 as well. All the stats, other than that, are pretty even.
Pretty exciting first quarter in a final. Generally, pretty tight contested games, and with the rain before the game, I thought it might have been one of those games, but it's been pretty open, pretty free-flowing. There's been some big contests and big tackles. Had a bit of everything. We've had a hanger as well from Luke Jackson. We've had an almost goal of the year from Cozzy Pickett. Charlie Cameron's kicked 3 goals, so certainly exciting start to this, but again, it comes back to who can win the midfield, and we're in here again.
Are you surprised that Melbourne seem to be trying to out-attack the best attackers in the game, and they're doing it. They're in front by 8 points.
Yeah, they've had 22 marks to 9. So if you look at that stat, they are actually controlling the game a little bit with their kick mark. But yeah, there's times where they're trying to go probably too quick and get it in there quickly. And you've seen they've got a +1 behind the ball in Daniel Rich a lot of the time, Brisbane.
Here's Chris Dittmar on Triple M footy.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, second term underway at the Adelaide Oval. Oliver straight into it, gets a handball out, and Melbourne go forward towards half forward. No mark taken by Harms. Coming out, oh gee, that looked a little dangerous, but Jackson nearly caught one on the scone, but managed to avoid any trouble. The kick out to centre wing. And no mark taken. The ball goes out of play. Charlie Cameron was the target. Kicked 3 in that opening term. Gee, Lachie Neale already up to 12 possessions. And I've got to say, I've hardly noticed him, but he did get that good handball out for Cameron's third goal.
He's had 5 clearances as well, Dits, if you don't mind. So that's world record pace.
Unbelievable. 2-time best and fairest with the Lions. Brayshaw waits for it. Couldn't get a handle on the footy. Going in hard, Neale. Got it out again, but only to Joel Smith of Melbourne. His kick goes astray and hits Birchall on the chest. Running hard, Rich through the middle. Here they go, Brisbane. On the end of it, McLuggage kicks to full forward and no mark taken. Spill off hands. There a chance. Joe Danaher, left foot snap. And he's missed. In fact, he's missed everything. Hooked it around too much. And the ball is out on the full. So the score remains Melbourne 5-4, Brisbane 4-2, Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Jared Berry, he'd be ruining that opportunity. He's on Jake Lever at the moment, and that was just a simple mark in the hands. You've got to take those as a forward.
Bernie Vince there on Triple M footy with Mark Rasciuto tonight. Seabus super special comments. Salem gets it working to halfback for the Demons, but Brisbane through Adams send a long high ball back in. Oh, gee, Lever sat under it. Could have probably had a go at the mark, went the fist and just had a slight brush of that. Here's Oliver tried to gather. A lot of Brisbane players around this ball. McLuggage was in there. Little handball though for the Demons. Here's McCarthy. Got it to Neale. Quickly on the boot. Goes to the top of the square. Gee, Melbourne under some real pressure back here. Big tackle on May by Cameron. Umpire says, play it on. Cameron ran out of play. We'll have it thrown in. City end goal, only metres around.
We spoke about Daniel Rich and his influence. Harms seems to be the player that's on him sometimes and just dropping off. Already, Daniel Rich has had a couple of disposals in this second quarter.
Gorn plays in front, belts it back to the boundary line, straight out of play. Bernie, I like to see those paid, that holding the ball. I thought Cameron, he caught May red-handed.
He did.
He dropped the ball. They should be paid.
Did not have prior, is that the only reason there? Yeah, okay.
I thought he tried to run away from him. He got caught.
Yep.
Throw in.
Definitely 50-50, wasn't it?
25 around from the Brisbane goal. Gorn front position, tried to belt it out, missed it. It's Berry at ground level for Brisbane. He couldn't pick it up either. Now Melbourne just toe poke forward. I'll go again, Neil Bullen. He's kicked to Brown. Brown takes the mark. Long way from goal. This fella now, this is what you call a lead up forward. He's almost at half back as he's taken the mark. So Ben Brown kicked the first goal of the night. A beauty it was too. Ben Brown, long kick towards centre half forward. Jackson in front. Oh, didn't take the mark. Chopped the arms off hands. Oliver runs hard. They got the advantage here. Advantage side is Fritsch and he takes the mark in the pocket.
Jackson's caused him a few troubles, hasn't he, with his run and jump. He takes it at the highest point, or at least competes at the highest point, and Adams just misread it there and punched him right on the top of the scone.
Got one,
instead of the ball. He gave him a coconut.
Jackson got one right in the mush, going for that marking contest. But as you said, Roo, he flies at it, doesn't it? You have to defend him.
Fritsch, the leading goal kicker for Melbourne this year. You might remember he kicked that 7 against the Crows only a couple of weeks ago. On his way in, left forward pocket, left foot kick, makes no mistake, straight through the middle. Melbourne get the first goal of the second term. They go to 6-4-40. Lead Brisbane 4-2-26. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard, and he's a dangerous forward for Fritsch.
He's got 48 goals now, so super year by him, and obviously benefits a side that's playing a lot better than they did last year, getting a lot more clearer ball. When he's got a ruckman and a couple of gun midfielders like that, those are the sort of forwards that can benefit from quick ball movement.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup, Bailey Fritsch, because he's 188 centimetres, but he can play tall and he can also play small on the ground. So you need someone that can go with him speed-wise, but you also need someone size-wise because he can really fly at the ball too. And as you said, kicked 7 goals only about 3 weeks ago.
Charlie Gardner got that role tonight.
Delivering consistent long-term returns for members. C Bus for all of us. Mark Rasciuto, Bertie Vince on Triple M footy tonight. We're back in the middle. Demons out by 14 points for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy in Melbourne. Bust out of the middle again. Viney sends a long ball. Oh, big fly! Couldn't get near it. Spargo in the end. Ball spills. McLuggage under some real pressure. Coleman trying to move on some swift feet. Now here's Oliver. Nice little gather by Clary. Gave it to Viney. Demons at half forward. Now Fritsch again under the ball. He goes hard. Gorm was at the back. Spargo front and centre. Got it across to Brayshaw. Shaw, Benny Brown. Play on. He hasn't heard it yet, Benny Brown. Oh, that's done. So McLuggage put the clamps on him. And Big Ben Brown thought he had a shot at goal, but it was touched, as you heard the umpires say, exclusively mic'd up here for Triple M.
Bit stiff.
Yeah, very stiff. Great vision there from Brayshaw. Just saw him out of the corner of the eye. Was going to have a flying shot on goal. Just saw Ben Brown on his own. Unfortunately touched, holding the ball stiff.
Coleman from the back pocket kicks out towards centre wing, members side of the ground. Ball evades everybody. Jackson keeps it alive. Jeez, that Joel, amazing stuff. Kicks it around the corner on the right boot to half forward. Gone the flyer, no mark. Spargo left the ball behind. Coleman picked it up for Brisbane. Kicks to centre wing. Inside the centre square, in fact it is. Fullerton now. Player loose at half forward. Berry takes the mark. They turn and no, he doesn't play on. They need a penalty. Moving on the mark. It's a crazy rule, but it's there. And he'll go all the way to the goal square. Boys, I heard a commentator say today, this rule has to go at the end of the year. Do you agree or not?
Well, if he didn't go off his mark, Berry would have handballed to Danaher, and he would have had I'd take the risk of Danaher missing on the run.
You just get caught in the moment, though, don't you?
I just think it's a shocker of a rule. You cannot move.
Your natural footy instincts.
Ridiculous. And Berry goals. Handy one for Brisbane. They come back to 5-2-32. Trail by 8 points. Melbourne 6-4-40 at Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, Steve Hocking's not going to be there in that role, so maybe whoever comes in might want to change it back to what it was. But it can burn you. A 50-metre penalty when you're 55 metres out. And it's Jake Lever. It's not like it's a rookie player. He's trying to do what he should be doing, and that's have an impact on the game, and moves 1 metre to his right and makes half a chance a certain goal.
What I did like about that play, Roo, was Brisbane went through Jake Lever's man in Jared Berry. They lowered the eyes. Rather than kick long straight back to Jake Lever, they lowered the eyes, looked inside, used Berry, and that's a way of beating Jake Lever, going through his man.
Bertie Vince, Mark Rasciuto tonight. Terrific stuff on the C-Bus Super Special comments. We're back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Melbourne lead it by 8 points. Gorn trying to assert himself. He's wrapped up in a double tackle.
I reckon he's lucky there. He got his arm up as if to try and free it out. But anyway, there's plenty of those decisions that get 50-50.
Gorn got the tap down. Umpire waving the arms. Petrarca.
Nice.
Very nice handball. Out for Langdon. Ends up with Spargo at half forward. Melbourne have moved it pretty quickly. Spargo held up on the mark here with Rich. Now he puts a ball inside 50 in the Ben Brown direction. Coleman from the side, good double fist. And he whacks it out of play underneath the old scoreboard Cathedral end. Melbourne by 8 points. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, proudly local, proudly independent.
I said Charlie Gardner before, Darcy Gardner too. The Gardner's mixed up there.
Played at Geelong.
I call him Wade and Gardner in a minute.
Get the motorbike out.
So Jackson doing the ruck work. Brisbane get a clearing kick out of defence. Dribbles its way to half back. Going to ground. Danaher dragged off it by Gorn. And now the ball's out of play. Umpire to throw it in front of the Gavin Wanganeen stand here at the Adelaide Oval.
Charlie Gardner's the footy manager for Sydney.
Sydney is, yeah. Played at Geelong and Sydney, I think, didn't he?
Sitting on the bench next to
Big Horse.
Horse today.
Throw in. Gorn with a tap. Langdon on the end of it. Bends down, the only player out there in a long sleever tonight. Gives to Petrarca. He's caught in a tackle. Had to get the handball away very quickly. Comes back to Petrarca somehow. Weaves his magic in and out a couple of defenders and then gives to Harms, who goes bang all the way to the goal square. Jackson takes the mark. He read that beautifully. He was body on body, but he just read it the better of the two. He's taken the mark in the right forward pocket.
Great call, dear. It's just smart little footwork here. Outstanding at the contest by Petrarca pre-game or pre-hand, but if you have a look there, Darcy Gardner took his eyes off the footy and went to Jackson. Jackson just sold him one way like he was going to jump at the footy, went back the other way, ended up marking it uncontested, but well done. Good forward craft there from Luke Jackson.
Took one of the marks of the year earlier tonight. Can he kick a goal now? 25 metres out, tight angle, no, across the face of goal. And a minor score. Melbourne to 6-5-41, lead Brisbane 5-2-32. Triple M IGA liquor scoreboard.
He's only in his second year too, isn't he, Jackson? Like, ruckmen don't usually have a big impact to at least 3, 4, 5 years. So
unbelievable below his seat.
If his progression keeps going, he could be perhaps the best ruckman in the comp in a few years.
Here's Rich for Brisbane. Brings the footy back in, but the Demons able to win it back. Brayshaw pokes it back inside. 50, here he is again. Jackson, this time on the other side of the ground. He's in the left forward pocket, Cathedral end.
Yes, he's going again. He's everywhere at the moment, Luke Jackson, in his first final in his career. But he's going to have a pretty tough shot here from the pocket, from the boundary line, but certainly presenting route.
In he comes. Jackson, Demons lead it by 9 points. On his way in, the kick. Oh, he's hit the post.
Oh, he's hit both.
He has hit both.
That's rare.
He is very clever, this fella.
He only gets 1 point for that. Melbourne by 10 points.
He should get 2 points.
He should. It's a 5-2-32 Brisbane, 6-6-42 Melbourne, Triple M IGA liquor scoreboard.
Has anyone seen that before?
Oh, it's happened, but
come
very
on,
rare.
where have you seen it?
Oh, I probably did it because I tried to do it.
He's doing tricks. Gawn takes the mark, centre wing. As Brisbane tried to surge forward. Cut off by Max Gawn. Rivers runs around him, accepts the handball. Rivers from centre wing, right on the big AFL logo. Kicks to centre half forward, and Brisbane play in front. Adams takes the mark. He held it long enough. It came out of his hands, but the umpire said definitely held onto it, and he did. Adams at centre half back.
Needs to be better than that, Tom McDonald. Needs to start playing in front. Just the 2 disposals so far.
This kick isn't good. Playing in front was Lever. Took the mark. The ball was dipping. He read it nicely. Handball to Oliver. Oliver across the arc, around the arc, and Langdon slides in and takes a chest mark straight out in front of goal, about 30 metres out.
Boys, the gun midfielders of the Demons, Oliver and Petrarca, really starting to rev up. They've had a big impact on this game. Oliver 13 disposals, Petrarca 11 now. Lockie Neals had 15 for Brisbane thanks to Red's Head Lending.
So we've played 12 minutes of this second term. Langdon out in front. They've had a couple of cracks at goal recently through Jackson, who missed with both. This one from Langdon, and he pushes it right, but no, it's a minor score. So 6-7-43 Melbourne. Costly misses these. Brisbane are 5-2-32. Triple M IGA liquor scoreboard.
They missed a few gettable ones, haven't they?
Certainly have. That's very gettable. What they're doing, though, the Ds, is, as a positive, they're creating a forward half game, winning the ball back before centre.
Looney Bin Smoke Prosciutto tonight. Seabus super special comments. Rich gets it to Starcevic. He's across half back, the Lions defender. Sends it down to centre wing. Big fly Smith for Melbourne. Ground level Zorko. Right there within Cockatoo. McLuggage gets it to Cockatoo, and Brisbane works it towards Danaher. Now he claims he was pushed, Danaher, but not a lot in that. And Harrison Petty. He's really had a good year for the Demons.
Been done for staging before too. Danaher looked like he went down pretty easy then.
Now Matheson tried to claim a free kick. McLuggage quickly on the boot, but Lever. He'll be able to just settle things down. Melbourne by 11 points.
Pretty vocal crowd here tonight. Isn't it great that in a neutral state you can still pull 15 to 20,000 people at a game that doesn't involve any of the home teams? It's fantastic to see as Brisbane go forward again. Quick kick. And they're just bombing away, and it hits Lever on the chest. Handballs to May. The 2 All-Australian defenders combined. Kicks out to Langdon. Centre wing out aside. Takes a strong mark under pressure. So Langdon just slows things down for the moment. Now he gets on with it. And kicks high and long to the middle of the ground. McDonald in front. Cannot get into this game at all at the moment. Jackson can though. He gets another handball. Sparrow handballs on his outside. Oliver's away. Goes to the goal square. Pickett's on the end of it. Oh, could have run into an open goal. But he's going to go back and have a set shot. After he kicked a miraculous goal in the opening term, now he gets another chance.
Oh, again, Brisbane just kicking continually as he plays on.
Plays on, left foot kick around the corner, and Pickett's got 2, and Melbourne extend their lead. Looking dangerous now in this second term. Melbourne go to 7-7-49, getting away from Brisbane, 5-2-32. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Getting a little bit of reward for effort at the moment now, Melbourne. Starting to convert going forward, but again, 2 or 3 times in a row, Brisbane, just those panic long kicks in, and Stephen May and Jake Lever it was on that occasion, just taking intercept marks time and time again. But what about that handball there from Luke Jackson? It was so quick that everyone watching at home probably would have missed that, but he's picked it up as the big fella. He was in the marking contest, followed up, picked it up cleanly, knew that all the Brisbane defenders were coming at his face, handled it over the top of his head, and that just got Clayton Oliver out on that open side, which created the easy goal going inside 50.
6-1 the clearances in the second quarter to Demons' favour, thanks to Red Z Lending.
We're back in the middle. Donalds and Ream, hot water. Triple M rocks footy. Melbourne just threatening to really bust this open. They lead it by 17 points out of the middle, Brisbane. They get it working forward inside their 50. Here's McLuggage wrapped up by Salem in a strong tackle. Ball spilling around. McCarthy from the impossible. And it's out of play.
That was going through, yeah. That was called out of bounds, and Steve May was going to touch it, but that was going through. Unbelievable effort.
Let's look for Charlie Cameron, look for McCarthy here. The small forwards, Bailey.
Cameron kicked 3 in the opening term.
Melbourne ruckman will just try and hit it straight down to the ground.
So Jackson does exactly that route, and it spills to Sparrow for Melbourne. Here's McDonald, a long way from home. He's at half-back. Got himself planted on that defensive 50. Oh, Fritsch, how good was the kick? Wow. Absolute laser.
Melbourne getting on top. Fritsch from centre wing goes with the left foot kick. This one not his best. Andrews in front and fisted the ball clear. It goes out of play on the outer side of the Adelaide Oval.
Needed to mark it there, Harris Andrews.
He's had a couple of those opportunities, Roo. Normally very, very good at that, but he's just got it wrong. Back in the side today, maybe just trying to play the percentages before he takes intercept marks. But you're not going to beat Melbourne by just doing that. You need to take him on in that area.
Throw in. Gorn wins the ruck tap easily at ground level. It's all Melbourne, loose player. And advantage paid. Neil Bullen kicks inside 50. And it's just too high for McDonald. And an easy mark for Adams. Bernie, McDonald just cannot get into it, can he?
He can't. He was out then too. Just needed the kick to be in front of him. But there's a little bit of indecision, I reckon, from Neil Bullen. Heard the whistle go. Wasn't sure whether it was Melbourne free kick or Brisbane, but just kicked it over his head.
They're a whisker away from opening this game up here with another 8.5 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go here. This is danger signs for Brisbane.
Yep, they're right on top. Andrews wobbles a kick from defence. Let's go to Red Biglands on the boundary for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Dits, you were talking about the vocal crowd here tonight. There's a great sort of mix of Melbourne and Brisbane fans in the house, but you can also hear the boos every time Jake Lever gets the footy. So fair to suggest there's another team that's supported here at the Oval tonight.
Yes, former Crow defender and now All-Australian defender at Melbourne. As Matheson's kick is smothered, ricochets in and out a couple. It comes to this man Lever now, who gets it. Handball running through the middle to Neil Bullen, who kicks forward again from Melbourne. Did it just moments ago. McDonald overran the ball. Coming through Sparrow, tried to sock it, but he missed it. Had an airy. And half-back, Brisbane are in all sorts of trouble. That is holding the ball, said the umpire. And a Melbourne free kick to Spargo. Great tackle applied. The player was Starcevic. He was wrapped up, couldn't get rid of it. And Spargo gets the shot at goal for Melbourne.
Great tackle there from Spargo. He had one arm wrapped up, so Starcevic wasn't able to get rid of the footy. And as you keep running with the footy, you have to try and get rid of it somehow. And because you had one arm free, he was done cold. But this man, they love this man in the Melbourne side. They love his forward 50 pressure. Popped up in the last quarter last week, kicked a couple of really important goals too.
45 metres out, straight in front, going towards the southern end. It'll just get the journey, yes. Goal to Melbourne, and the margin's out to 23 points. It's getting dangerous for Brisbane. So Melbourne go to 8-7-55. Brisbane are 5-2-32, and that's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Just getting smashed around the ball, aren't they? And then Melbourne are making them pay. They're just on fire everywhere in this second quarter. 8-3 the clearances, 12-5 the inside 50s, and 6 shots on goal to 1 in this second quarter. Oliver's had 6, Viney 5, Petrarca 4, and for Brisbane, McCluggage has had 6, Neil's had 5. He had a good start to the second quarter, but he's gone cold. and Rich has had 5 thanks to Red Z Lending.
Jake Lever having a big influence this quarter. I know he's only had the 4 disposals, but they've all been intercept possessions and just rebounding off half-back, creating for the Melbourne mids and forwards.
Ream hot water. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Steady, hot and strong. We're back in the middle. Demons by 23 points for McDonald's and Ream hot water. Triple M Rocks footy. Brisbane get it working up towards half forward. Salem got a little toe poke. Langdon held a long time without the ball.
Don't reckon he had it, did he?
No, you had possession of the footy, that's fair.
Umpire disagrees, Bernie. Says, yep, had possession.
Hold the meter.
Mic'd up exclusively for Triple M footy.
This your cousin, the boundary umpire, is it again?
This is him.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, the bald one.
You look at the photographer, that's my next door neighbour as well.
Oh, no.
So we'll have the footy tossed in. Out of the contest, snap around the body lines. Gets it working to the top of the square. Bounces, rolls, minor score. And margin is 22 points. So Brisbane just can't hit the scoreboard. Melbourne by 22 points. IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, proudly local, proudly independent.
You've got your cousin boundary umpiring, you've got your neighbour, the photographer. What's your wife doing, the goal umpiring? Timekeeping?
Hopefully bringing us some food in a minute.
May brings the ball back into play. Short to Viney. Viney still inside defensive, 50. Called to play on. And kicks it long. The South Australian. Jackson in front. Didn't take the mark this time. Off hands for Tracker. Farms out a quick handle under pressure. Harms retreats a little bit. The ball ends up with Oliver. Getting plenty of the footy in this term. Goes forward Petraka, who ran hard to get on the end of this one because he won the ball initially. Petraka from centre wing. A low drop punt. Ben Brown the target and he takes the mark. Good strong mark it is too in opposition to Andrews. He's a long way from goal. The forwards put their hand up and say, kick it this way. And out on a lead. And finally, big Tom McDonald's on the end of one. Takes the mark, centre half forward.
Yes, they look dangerous, don't they, Roo?
Yeah,
agree.
Good footy, very good footy.
These next 5 or 6 minutes before half-time, Brisbane just need to find the footy. They just need to retain the footy, do a bit of what Geelong do when the pressure's right on them, as I've seen them do it so often this year. Just kick mark, take the sting out of this, because you're not going to win the game in this little period, but you can certainly lose it.
Tom McDonald just outside the 50. In fact, kicks from 49. He's pulled it left slightly, and it's a minor score. So the margin again is out to 23, 8-8-56. Brisbane a 5-3-33. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
So Birchall has got the footy. Goes short to Rich. So Melbourne lead it by 23 points. But it's 8-8, so they've had 16 shots to 8. 5-3 Brisbane as Rich. He's tucked away deep in that back pocket. Gets it working up towards centre wing. Contest here, Bailey. Bowie's there as well for Melbourne. Bailey kept it in. And Matheson ragdolled by Harms. Actually, it was Ferry.
He swung him around, but he didn't put his head down. It wasn't a sling. They're just getting a bit over the top with that.
Too far.
So Berry goes down the line and intercept mark taken here by Rivers. You can
Shocker
see that.
last night, early, wasn't there?
Yeah, we're talking about the dangerous tackles.
Harvey Norman replay. Bring the big stadium home this footy finals. Great deals on TVs and sound bars now at Harvey Norman. Have a look at the Demons.
No.
It ends up with Petraka. He pushes it away to the right, minor score. They lead it by 24 points, Melbourne.
Gee, that was smooth.
They're a class above at the moment, Melbourne. That looked unbelievable. What did they take? Hit it full pace, one-handed. Just needed to finish the goal.
Yeah, bit of a tracker magic, but just offline with the kickers. Cockatoo pounces on the ball on the outer side. He's under pressure, under the pump, I was trying to say. And now the ball goes out of play. Rhett Bingland's on the boundary.
That last Petraka gather, don't forget how slippery it is out there. It's super wet. He just gathers it and bolts. He's almost in cheat mode at the moment. Unbelievable play.
Rhett Bingland's for Bob Jane Team Arts. Throw in, centre wing, outer side. Big O, caught behind, reached over though, got a bit of it, but it's the Melbourne on ballers that come away with the footy. Quick kick to half forward, off hands, they've got all the runners. Sparrow handballs out, Petraka this time. No, he misses to the right, same as last time. Minor score. They are peppering the goals. Gee, they've missed a few in this term. They could be miles in front.
3 goals, 6 for the quarter for the Demons, thanks to Red Z Lending.
8-10-58. Brisbane are 5-3-33.
Very gettable ones too, isn't it? Like those last two from the tracker. There was an earlier one from Jackson.
But they don't come back to bite them.
No, you got to blow a team away when you get the opportunity, Roo, especially in finals.
Yeah, that's it, Burn. Got to take your chances. Roo, I know you're big on that, particularly in finals, and they do look a class above at the moment, but we've still got a fair bit of footy to go. Brisbane, they work it out of there. Back half, Gawn, centre wing. Oh, he took the mark. I reckon his beard just about marked that. Big Gawny. He's on the logo. Outer side, puts a high ball up towards half forward. Petrarca, little tap down. Sparrow got it across. It's gone through Rivers' hands to Oliver. Ends up with Fritsch around the body. Beautiful stuff. The Demons are on fire here at the Adelaide Oval. They're out by 31 points. And Fritsch around the body gets himself another. It's 9-10-64 Melbourne, 5-3-33 Brisbane. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, proudly local, proudly independent. Bertie Vince, Mark Rashudo on Triple M footy.
They're just smashing them at the moment, aren't they? They were just strolling into the forward 50 there. Oliver was just picking and choosing what he wanted to do. He was just running. He wasn't even worried about it. He had no pressure on him. Fritsch still drops the ball, has time to pick it up and snap a goal. Brisbane's pressure has dropped right away here, and they're going to get smashed if they don't do something about it really quickly. Still just under 4 minutes to go. It's blown right out to 29 points now. If they're not careful, it'll be in the 40s before they go to the break.
Again, weren't able to get past the centre of the ground, Roo, once they won the footy back. Brisbane set up so well behind the ball, Melbourne. Max Gawn was on that occasion who took the mark and sent him back inside 50.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. In the middle, it comes to Oliver. Very busy in this second term. The Lions have won the ball back, though. Out of the middle. Big kick to half forward. Courage needed. It was May that back into the pack. Salem now. Head down over the ball. Tries to get it. Traps it. Brings it in. How does the umpire see it? Needs to get it out. No, the umpire says, I'll ball it up.
That is not a dangerous tackle.
That was more dangerous than the last one, I reckon.
You just heard the umpire, not a dangerous tackle. You're all over it, Bernie. Gawn does the ruck work for Melbourne, gets it down. Petrarca, another touch for him, out of the pack. Quick kick, they get it out to centre wing. Big fist came from behind Adams, off hands, Lions now. Handballs, gee, was that an ankle Starcevic? No. And the ball's gone off hands and out of play. Thought Starcevic had hurt himself badly there.
Cracker and Oliver both with 9 disposals in this second quarter, boys. 4 clearances for Petrarca as well, 3 for Viney, thanks to Red Z Lending.
27 gone in this second term. Melbourne in control. 64 plays 33. Throw in. Big O and Gawn. They've gone at it all night. Lions did well. Ground level. Can't pick the footy up. Salem got in his way. Handball to Harms. Harms quick kick out of the danger zone. Off hands Birchall. Too slow with the handball, the old man.
They're out.
He got run down. Melbourne, Neil Bullen. Players are running everywhere. Ben Brown on the end of this pass. He's at half forward.
He's got Langdon streaming for him. He was a long way away, and Brisbane have finally been able to get back, but gee, Brew, you're spot on. Brisbane's pressure is non-existent at the moment.
Maxi Gawn's run forward, boys. Just don't be surprised if he marks this.
Here's Brayshaw poking it in the Gawn direction. He's going to go. Big fist Harris Andrews. And it is out of play. We'll have it thrown in. 25 around from the Demons' goal. They've had a big term. Could have been a lot bigger.
Gee, Max Gawn, I tell you, work rate there. Enormous there to stretch Oscar McInerney. Now he's just come back to be a kick behind the play, but that was enormous work rate.
Comments from Mark Rashudo. So Jackson into the ruck for Melbourne. Off hands Coleman. Coleman's handball. Puts McLuggage under the pump. Got it to Berry. Quick kick out of there. Out of the defensive 50. Gawn with the big fist. Takes it out of play. Out over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in between centre wing, left half forward for the Demons. 9-10-64. Brisbane are 5-3-33. Melbourne have had a big second quarter at the Adelaide Oval. Throw in. Gawn waits on his haunches. Has done a lot of hard work. Makes front position. Wins the tap. Two-handed down, but straight to Lions of the Brisbane Lions. Rivers behind. And he's given away the free kick. Brisbane free.
So Bailey, Brisbane, they need to get moving. 31-point lead for the Demons. Oh, gee. Overkicked the Cook there, Rich. Went straight to Lever and missed the Berry target. And they were trying to do, Burn, what you said, to go to Lever's opponent, but You can't do it that way.
He was out too. That's the disappointing thing for Brisbane. They're trying to do the right thing, but just an execution error. And from Daniel Rich too, one of the best kicks on the ground.
So from the back half, Sparrow for Melbourne. Now here's Jackson again. Gee, flies. It's fisted away by Harris Andrews. We'll have it thrown in at half forward for the Demons. Red Biglands for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Grant Birch was right in front of me just doing some agility work on that knee. He was run down from behind and immediately came to the interchange bench. They assessed that knee for any instability. He's just trying to test it out now.
29.5 minutes gone, second term. It's been a big quarter for Melbourne. Big O wins the tap for Brisbane, down to Neil Bullen. Handball comes out wide, Petrarca just jogs his way across half forward. Wasn't much on offer, and the kick was a shocker, and it hit Harris Andrews right on the chest. He goes short to Neil. Lockie Neil at centre half back, wants to get on with it quickly. Time running out in this second term. Goes very, very short to Rich. So Rich still at half back for Brisbane. Taking plenty of time with this one. Nothing for him to kick to at the moment. Called to play on. Gets around Sparrow with the kick, and it's a good one in the end. And it's Danaher out on the lead at centre wing.
So Danaher, left foot ball. He's had a couple of shots around the body tonight that have missed. Danaher gets it to McCarthy inside 50. Cameron!
Oh, nice.
Takes a nice stretching mark. He has not had a lot of opportunity this term.
Gee, they need this. There's 40 seconds to go, so he can chew half of that up. Gee, they need a goal here just to get some confidence back for the second half.
Well done to Oscar McInerney. He put the block on Stephen May, which allowed Danaher to take that mark on the wing. It was a slow play, and that's how he got out.
Cameron plays on, snapped around the body, hit it a bit fat. It's fading back, but he's missed. A minor score only. It's only their third scoring shot of the term. They've kicked 1 goal, 2 for the quarter. And the Demons lead it by 30 points on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
In short, Salem, back pocket. As the clock winds down to half-time, Salem gets past the man on the mark. Left foot kick. Jackson in front. Didn't take the mark. Good fist from behind. Half-time at the Adelaide Oval.
And a big quarter it was for the Demons. They lead it by 30 points. It was 10 scoring shots to 3 in that term. It's 64 to 34. The Lions have got some work to do in the sheds at half-time. We'll hear from Mark Rashida and Bertie Vince about some of the things they might be able to do to start get this working back their way. But at the moment, it's Melbourne. Pure domination at the moment by 30 points for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor. Proudly local, proudly independent.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
What does finals footy feel like?
Have a listen to the roar. We're about to get this big final underway.
Absolutely, it goes to another level.
A dream come true.
There is nothing better than winning a final.
Join the Timber Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Bulldogs and Essendon. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Even after 50 years, we're still celebrating the classics at Macca's. So for our birthday, why not take our iconic taste to the next level? Party with a double quarter pounder, Filet-O-Fish, McChicken or Big Mac today. Available after 10:30am.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Browse and shop online at National Tiles now. Because nothing will improve your home more than beautiful all-new National Wall and Floor tiles. Imagine your kitchen, family room and bathrooms with beautiful all-new National Tiles. Yes, order your new National Tiles online now for immediate delivery with the surety of National Tiles' 100% money-back guarantee. So don't delay. Order online at National Tiles now. Conditions apply.
Go faster with iPrimus Premium NBN and save $15 a month. That's 95 megabits per second typical evening speed for just $75 a month with no lock-in contract. Call 13 17 89 to switch before August 31. Min cost $145. Discount for first 6 months. New and upgrading customers only.
G'day, Howie here. If you're a sports fanatic like me, then have a listen to my podcast, The Howie Games, where I sit down with the biggest biggest names in sport, like Masters winner Adam Scott, NBA champion Luke Longley, and surfing gun Sally Fitzgibbons, to ask them how they started out and how they've picked themselves up after their biggest losses. Brought to you by Seek. The best job ads find the best people. Search the Howie Games podcast. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free.
Listener.
Australia's newest streaming service, Paramount Plus, is here. Hello there. This is unique stories, iconic stars, and a mountain of entertainment.
That's what living is!
This is Paramount Plus, and this is our radio ad.
Hey Frank, these Adventure Kings camper trailers are tough as. Sure are, Jono, and you can customise them so they're ready to go just the way you want them. Get into the 4-wheel drive Supercentre now and we'll hook you up with a brand new Kings camper in time for Christmas for just $14,995. Plus, we'll give you a $1,000 voucher to help you accessorise it your way. Only while stocks last, online or in store at 4-wheel drive Supercentre now.
I'm calling mine the Jono. Even after 50 years, we're still celebrating the classics at Macca's. So for our birthday, why not take our iconic taste to the next level? Party with a double quarter pounder, Filet-O-Fish, McChicken or Big Mac today. Available after 10:30am.
Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This halftime break for X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy.
Oh yes, first qualifying final and a big second turn by the Demons sees them out by 30 points, 9-10-64 Melbourne. Brisbane a 5-4-34 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. And of course this is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools, X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy. We've got Bernie Vince, Mark Rasciuto looking over this game tonight. Brett Biglands as well, along with Chris Dittmar. And Bern, the Red Set Lending stats, what did they tell you in the opening half?
Yeah, well, the opening half, it was all Melbourne that quarter. They just dominated. They beat Brisbane up around the footy. They won clearance. They were +4 in clearance. Their contested ball was +9, and that's their one-wood, Melbourne. That's their strength, and they brought that. Brisbane were able to match them in that first quarter. I thought their pressure was quite good as well, but geez, didn't Brisbane's pressure drop off? And there's no rating for that, but it just around the ground, Melbourne were just doing it too easy. When they did actually win the footy, when they did get it past halfway, which was a rare occasion, they were rushed and they kicked it back to Jake Lever and Stephen May and these guys. They set up so well behind the footy, the Melbourne Footy Club. And geez, let's have a look at some of these numbers. Christian Petrarca, 10 disposals that quarter. Clayton Oliver, 9. Jack Viney, 8. All clearances as well. Petrarca had 4 clearances, Viney 3. So just got a bit of a lesson around the footy then, Brisbane. And the game nearly slipped away from them. And it may have, but it nearly really slipped away. And luckily, Melbourne missed some real opportunities going in shots at goal, really, from pretty easy positions, some of them. So let's hope that doesn't cost the D's. But Brisbane, they were hanging on by a thread there, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, take us into the rooms then, Bernard, at half-time. So you go in, you've got Chris Fagan there and the players who have just really dropped away in intensity levels. How do they get the spark and light the fire to really bring themselves into this game?
I think you pull the mids aside, the leaders especially in there. You probably chat to a Lockie Neal, McGluggage, Jared Lyons has had a super year as well. Just need a lift from you boys. Lift the intensity. You're getting a lesson in there from, albeit probably the best midfield in the competition, but in finals it doesn't matter where they sit in terms of position in there. So they just need a response, and I just thought even their defenders, Harris Andrews had a couple of opportunities where I thought in the past, and I know he's only back in this week, first game back, but he'd mark half of them and down the other end. Jake Lever and Stephen May are doing that, but he just sort of looked like he was second guessing himself a bit, and under pressure the ball would come in rather than mark. He was just happy to spoil it away, which is all good. The defenders should do, the 1%ers and do it right. But when you've got the opportunity to take the mark, that's what separates good defenders from great defenders, and I feel he's a great defender.
I know
you've always got to take the opposition into account, and Melbourne have got very, very good defenders, but I don't think Brisbane isolate Joe Danaher as that big, tall forward that he is. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is he's not an imposing figure, but we know he's tall, that he can mark everything that comes in his area. They're just not targeting him, are they? I mean, Charlie Cameron kicked the 3 goals in that opening term. It should be Danaher that's the go-to. He's had 2 snaps around the body. They're not isolating where he can get out on a lead and take a mark and have a set shot. I think their system's all wrong.
201 centimetres, Danaher is. That's a tough matchup. That is a tough matchup, even for a Lever or a May. Steve May spent majority of the time on him, but that's hard. You get his hands up in the air, and he can take a hang as well. Just get it into him. I think they need to be a bit more daring through the middle of the ground too. Going a little bit safe and wide, and I know they're under pressure that quarter, so you probably take that quarter out, but that's what I'm encouraging. And you asked the question, what does Fagan say to his troops? I reckon it's get back to the way we like to play. We're probably the best scoring team in the competition offensively, so take it on. This is what we're good at, boys. Bring the ball back through the middle of the ground. When we win it off half-back, let's spread, take off. Give us some options, because at the moment it's just like, it's like a relief when they win the footy back. They're like, this is a relief. We'll just go long and slow down the line again, and Max Gawn will mark it across half-back, or not even that far, across the centre of the ground. They battled to even get it in there. The inside 50s were 18-9, so double them. Melbourne set up so well behind the ball. So take the game on is my message.
This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy. Red Biglands, I know the ruck battle's one that you were really looking forward to tonight. The Big O up against Gorney. What have you made of it all down there at ground level?
Sort of cancelled each other out. Now, don't forget the Big O played in a grand final with the Casey Demons, so they know him. I've seen conversations out there on the field between him and Maxi Gawn, and it wouldn't happen in your day, did you? Be pretty angry going up against that. They've been chatting and talking about how to go at centre bounce as well. 94% game time for the Big O, 88% for Gawn. They're working him over. They're both not jumping at the centre bounce. They're trying to feel each other out. Been a few free kicks in there, but the big advantage for the Demons is when Jackson goes in there.
Yep.
He bolts after a centre bounce and he works over the Big O and then goes up forward. Occasionally, we've seen Gawn go forward and have a bit of a rest up there, but from the ruck work, the Ds have won more post-clearance possessions, which means they're spreading harder. And Fulton's had a bit of a chop out in there for the Big O, but if you look at that contested possessions burn on the Red Zeds, 84-66. That's the second largest margin the Demons have had this year. So they are dominating, and that's their key KPI.
And Biggles, you make a good point on one of those stats there. You had about the spread from the Demons and Burn. Is this as good as you've seen them go away from the stoppage? Yes, they're winning at the clearance, but their work rate off the ball tonight, watching them live, has been extraordinary.
Yeah, both offensively and defensively from stoppage. They're working as hard as I've seen them, and they look the real deal, don't they? They look like a team that did finish. I know it came down to that last game and that last quarter and not even the last minute, was it? It was after the siren. But they look like a team that deserve to be number one on the ladder, and they're playing that way at the moment. And as I said, giving Brisbane a bit of a lesson around the footy at the moment in, as you mentioned, Biggles, contested footy and clearance. So they'll need a big response if they're any sort of hope of getting back into this game, Brisbane.
Just worrying sign as well with Grant Birchall going down the rooms 2 minutes before half time to try and assess that knee and do a little bit more work on that down there. Of course, they're already down Dan McStay, who was subbed out early.
It's half-time. Our Amy Clanger, who covers clangers, Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy, and here's the clanger from the opening half. All right, let's have a bit of a look at last night. Interesting point you make, Biggles, that they look flat Geelong, but...
Fat. That's why they were slow. Looking fat. Well, you've had a bit of a shock. I need to bring something else up, Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether, saying fat there's something to do with cooking food or not, but I think you just sort of you cook this.
Brisbane, they need to get moving. 31-point lead for the Demons. Oh gee, overkick the cook there, Rich.
I think you're going fat, cooking. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. It just got a bit muddled up.
Brenton Yates does not make mistakes.
No, he doesn't. This is
rare. And he's gone as red as a beetroot too.
Yeah, what's he going to do now? Now he's under pressure.
Yeah. He's always got something up his sleeve. He'll fire back, don't worry.
Just go around the grounds. Need a break? Book direct and save with Choice Hotels, choicehotels.com. Last night, Port Adelaide by 43 points over the Cats. And, of course, earlier on today, it was a solitary point to the Giants with with Toby Green, the front of the tribunal by the looks of things, making contact with an umpire. It's half-time here at the Adelaide Oval. We've got a big second half to come your way. The Demons, they got half a step into the prelim at the moment by 30 points. Still a half a footy to go. They lead Brisbane 64-34 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Overkick the cook there, Rich.
That halftime break for X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy.
For Ream Hot Water and Macca's 50th birthday,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Dids, for the very best hot water, install a Ream. For over 80 years, Ream has been building Aussie tough water heaters for Aussie conditions. They have a comprehensive selection of storage, continuous flow and solar options.
Yeah, and a massive range, including 6-star energy efficiency models with warranties of up to 12 years, can you believe, on some of Ream's most advanced water heaters. So it's no wonder Ream is Australia's favourite brand of water heaters. Ask for the one that comes on steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
What does finals footy feel like?
Have a listen to the roar. We're about to get this big final underway.
Absolutely, it goes to another level.
A dream come true.
There is nothing better than winning a final.
join the Timber Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Bulldogs in Essendon. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Even after 50 years, we're still celebrating the classics at Macca's. So for our birthday, why not take our iconic taste to the next level? Party with a double quarter pounder, Filet-O-Fish, McChicken or Big Mac today. Available after 10:30am.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Australia Post is your go-to this Father's Day. From the Darryl Lee Dad's Bag to headphones, appliances and even tools. There's something to make every Dad's Day at your local participating post office.
Best buys. All over it.
The all-new Hyundai Staria, the ultimate people mover, is here. An 8-seater family car that's as spacious as it is stylish. Panoramic windows, smart power sliding doors, plus all the room you could ever need. Discover the wonder of space.
Melbourne's best buys.
If you're a dog person, grab Simparica Trio from your vet or leading pet retailer. Nothing gives better protection from both deadly heartworm and paralysis ticks. Simparica Trio, the parasite protection that matters.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
At Kennards Hire, we only hire those who've taken the Ken Oath. By taking it, each team member goes above and beyond to help any citizen in need. The Ken Oath is a commitment that means more than the sanctity of marriage and means you'll never miss a smoko or beer o'clock. So if you want someone who can tackle whatever, whenever, wherever, talk to someone who's taken the Ken Oath.
Kennards make your job easy.
Oh,
What's wrong?
I don't like beer anymore. When did beer move in?
All good?
Right at home. Over beer, Canadian Club.
Oscar, Penny, Hercules, Horatio.
If dogs are a part of your family, you'll want to keep your family protected.
Jasmine, Jenny, Harley.
Simparica Trio gives dogs fast and effective protection from fleas and ticks, deadly heartworm and intestinal worms. A simple monthly chew that keeps your dog safe from deadly parasites inside and out.
Who wants to go for a walk?
So if you're a dog person, you'll want Simparica Trio. Protection from fleas, ticks, intestinal worms and heartworm.
Hi, automotive journalist Greg Rust here. In my podcast series Rusty's Garage, I speak to the biggest names in automotive and racing with legends like Mark Webber, Casey Stoner, Eric Banner and heaps more. Search Rusty's Garage podcast, brought to you by Burson, with over 195 stores Australia-wide and an experienced team. Burson No Auto Parts. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free.
Listener.
Even after 50 years, we're still celebrating the classics at Macca's. So for our birthday, why not take our iconic taste to the next level? Party with a double quarter pounder, Filet-O-Fish, McChicken or Big Mac today. Available after 10:30am.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Supporting Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices, click and collect and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
Yeah, half-time at the Adelaide Oval in the first qualifying final, and Melbourne lead it by 30 points. 9-10-64 the Demons. Brisbane a 5-4-34 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy, and the Beacon Trade third quarter is just around the corner. Electricians, builders, Beacon Trade's got your back. Open early at 7:30am with over 100 stores around Australia. A dedicated trade team, special trade prices, click and collect, and free shipping on all orders. Beacon Trade. It's every tradie's go-to for lights, fans, electrical accessories, and expert advice. We've got Bertie Vincent, Mark Rasciuto, along with Chris Dittmar, Rhett Biglands, covering this big game tonight. The Demons lead it by 30 points. We had a chat about how the Lions might be able to get into it, but Roo, Melbourne, they look really clean tonight too around the ball, don't they? Their skills and ability to hit targets has been extraordinary to watch.
Oh, they've been superb. If they can play like that again in this second half, it's all over Red Rover. I mean, if Brisbane are any chance, they need Melbourne to drop off a little bit. They need Oscar McInerney to get back into it. He had a massive first quarter, didn't touch the ball in the second quarter. He needs to lift his game and give the midfielders a chance to get the ball straight down to their forward line. The small forwards still look dangerous. They just haven't had enough of it.
Just need to go through Jake Lever's man a little bit too. We saw him attempt to do it and do it once for that 50-metre penalty goal, but Jake Lever's become only the second player ever to have 11 intercept possessions in a half of footy. What a time to do that in a big qualifying final for your footy club. So well done to him, and just need to find a way. I reckon just getting in quicker, putting pressure on these Melbourne defenders, because at the moment they're just sagging off and doing what they want.
Well, as I said, Bern, I'd like to see Danaher lead up a lot more.
Yep.
Because one-on-one, May's strong, got the strong body, but if the ball is out in front of Danaher's eyes, as you said, he's 201 centimetres. You're not going to be able to fist it from behind or spoil him.
Long arms,
yeah,
too.
Long
Hard
arm.
to defend.
Get him on the lead. Midfielders feed him out in front. See if he can take a couple of marks and kick goals.
Yeah, without McStay there, they're one man short up there too, aren't they? If Danaher does push up a little bit, then you've got Smalls behind him, which is fine. If Danaher gets it back to those Smalls quickly, then there's no issue.
Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince, Triple M C-Bus Super special comments. These two sides played in round 12 earlier this year. It was a big lead at half-time. Brisbane, they had it by almost 4 goals, and then the Demons in the second half, they just switched it all around. Ended up winning by nearly 4 goals themselves. So it'll be interesting to see if the D's can maintain the momentum, or if Brisbane have got something in the locker and can make it a contest. The Demons have left the door ajar just a little bit. 9-10 to 5-4. Here is Chris Dittmar to get the third quarter underway on Triple M footy.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football. So Gawn and Big Oscar, they get ready to do battle. As the umpire holds the ball aloft. Third term underway at the Adelaide Oval. Umpire throws it up. It's been a wet afternoon in Adelaide. Gawn plucks it out of the air. His kick smothered. Brisbane try to go forward. Oliver cuts them off. Here's Danaher in the centre square. He got tackled and holding the ball, said the umpire. Great tackle from Gawn. So Max Gawn feeds it out wide. The running player Salem off halfback takes the mark. Melbourne held up for the moment. Now he plays on. Kicks out wide, couple of options out there. Neil Bullen's one of them, and he takes a comfortable chest mark on the outer side.
He's an improved player, isn't he, Bern?
Yep, one of the first pick now, Root.
He goes long inside 50, fisted away, and Harms put the clamps on Zorko, and we'll have a ball up. He's quite good as a leader, isn't he, Bert, around the club?
Yeah, why is he first picked? Well, one of the best runners at the footy club, does all the team things really well. His forward 50 pressure is outstanding. They just really rate him.
So stoppage again. Dan Rich really was able to drive Harms into the ground. He didn't like it, Harms. Gets up and then eventually lifts Rich up by the jumper.
Massive prize here for Brisbane if they can win this game. A home final is just a massive win for them.
Dangerous tackle. We've seen 3 of these in this game.
So it's a bit of a retaliation from that last tackle. It was the other way around this time, though. And got up not happy before, and then Rich has put him down.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, that is a dangerous take. They'll be careful there, Rich.
Harms plays on, kicks it long, all the way to full forward. Ben Brown in front, takes the mark. Oh, no one went with him. There was a pack of players, and in the end it was almost an unopposed mark. And Ben Brown will shoot for goal about 15 metres out, almost straight in front.
Brisbane look like they've just lost their confidence, don't they?
Looking around at each other there. Harris Andrews and I think the other player was Marcus Adams, just going, well, why didn't you go? Why didn't you go? If in any doubt, just go.
Both go.
That's what you're saying, Ditz. Ben Brown, 200 centimetre down this end, just flying for the footy. Just same thing with Danaher down the other end. That's what Brisbane need to do.
So this familiar long run-up on his way in. He's knackered when he gets there because he's kicked it off the side of the boot.
Tired.
And it's a minor score. So first score of the third term, a point to the Demons. 9-11-65, plays 5-4-34. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They've turned it over though, Brisbane. Here's Petty for Melbourne at half forward. He's going to put a long ball into the pocket. It'll be a fly again from Brown. Pickett was lurking. Boundary line, it's out of play. Have it thrown in. 30 around from the Demons' goal city end. 31-point leaders, Melbourne. They've kicked 11 points, 9-11 to 5-4, 20 scoring shots to 9. They lead this first qualifying final by 31 points. Throw in. McInerney and McDonald. Ground level, Starcevic for Brisbane. Oliver was good. Here's Neil Bullen dancing this way. He sent him all the wrong way. He comes back the way he wants and he misses. Minor score, 9-12 Melbourne. They lead it by 32 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting Sparkies. 7:30am opening hours, trade prices, click and collect, and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
Gee, strange kicking from Birchall. He's gone to a contest, but Brisbane will somehow come away with the ball on the outer side. Long kick to the middle of the ground, no mark taken, offhand Salem, picks the ball up, retreats back, Lever to centre wing, across the ground Brayshaw, and he takes the mark. Leads on offer. He's got 3 or 4 as he lifts the eyes. Clayton Oliver has to work hard to get to this one, and a rare mistake from Brayshaw. He normally uses the ball beautifully, but it's just off the side of the boot, and he kicks it out on the full.
Clayton Oliver slid over the line there, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay. Bang! Straight into the cameraman. Is he your cousin too, Yoda?
He walks the dog. Now, here's Zorko. Really nice run through by Berry. And Lyons is going to put a long ball in. Ground level here. Bailey. Gee, going hard at the base of all that is Maxi Gawn. For a big fella, he gets on the ground a bit too, doesn't he? Does the hard work. Here's Lever, he raked it in. Berry put the tackle on him. No free kick, ball spills out. Now the Lions. Danaher squaring ball. Cameron flew, couldn't drag it down. Chance McLuggage, he had some pressure on him. Ball comes through, Salem for Melbourne. This is on the last line of defence for the Demons. And a little kick that was a free kick going to the Demons.
Oliver.
On the ball. He had to go back in the back, flight, didn't he? And then Birchall just settled that as a free opportunity to hurt the opposition. Knee right in the kidney root.
He's in serious pain here.
He is.
Yep.
He usually gets straight up.
Still on his haunches. He gets up now, but yeah, you're right, Roo. He is very, very sore, you can tell.
He looks like you're getting out of bed on a Sunday morning, dude.
He's actually moving better than that. Oliver from half-back. Kicks high to centre wing. Gawn's under this one. Big pack of players. It comes over the back. Ben Brown, the big fella, bends down to try and pick it up, but couldn't. Mitch Robinson lost it in the tackle. Coming in Zorko. His handball goes astray. Gee, good pressure from both sides, but Neil came out with it. Gave it to Zorko. He ran into a tackle. Zorko's lost the ball. Gawn on hands and knees did well. Soccering forward, Viney. It comes to Spargo. His wobbler of a kick. Ben Brown trapped it at centre half forward. Can't pick it up, the big fella. Coming in now, the defender in Adams. Adams just got a kick away. Pressure again from both sides is good. And the umpire says, let's ball it up. It's centre half forward.
Again, Max Gawn's follow-up on the ground. Outstanding. Made the tackle. Tapped it out to a teammate. Just those little things that Melbourne are doing so well.
McInerney out of the contest for Brisbane. Works it up to centre wing. Cockatoo. He tapped the ball, but Melbourne are back here. Oh, gee, couldn't get the handball away. Now it ends up. They're working hard. Just overran it, Fullerton. Ground level ball. Here's Bowie. Some real big pressure. Bailey. Put the clamps on Bowie.
He's in strike.
Body slam.
Get on the wrong way. Back into the defender's path. He sold him the wrong way both times. And then got hammered.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh, but that was funny.
Absolutely destroyed. When you sell a dummy, Roo, you're meant to go back the other way, not the same way.
Harvey Norman replay as Bailey. Gee, they need this, Brisbane. Kick on the way. It's fading back late, but not enough. It's a minor score. So the Demons by 31 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard 66-35, and we've played nearly 7 minutes third term.
Salem to bring the ball back into play. Goal square at the northern end of Adelaide Oval, taking a bit of time. 66 plays 35. Melbourne lead it after that big second term. Early days in the third quarter at the Adelaide Oval. Ball loose at centre wing out of side. Socket forward by Brisbane. On the end of it, McLuggage picked it up. Kick smothered. Goes back in after it. Hidwell. And he did throw it. He scooped it up with the left hand and threw it on.
And typical of Brisbane's night, the kick that went forward went straight through the goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack. So Melbourne free kick.
5 metres. Jack.
At halfback. Viney's the player with the footy. There'd be a few Vineys in the stand here, you'd think, tonight.
Yep.
Big Adelaide football family that they are. Gorn sits under it, takes the mark, did well, played in front.
Quite a few South Australians in the side, did these?
Yep. South Australian coach. Gorn plays on from halfback, kicks it high and long, centre wing, out of side, Rich in front, didn't take the mark, off hands, it's all Melbourne. Comes out the Neil Bullen, handball forward, Ben Brown, big fella, has got Brayshaw loose at half forward. Oh, didn't take the mark in the end, good pressure this time, Brisbane coming in to help out Fulton, haven't seen a lot of him tonight. Over the top now, Coleman comes away with a handball, put Robinson under the pump, but he's good enough to get the kick away, loose kick to the middle of the ground. Dan O'Hare coming in to help out, he's big off McInerney, Sockers forward.
Here we go.
The Jets on.
Here we go.
Here he goes. Cameron paddling in front. G. Smith did well. Goes with him. Cameron still paddling. Can't pick it up. And now the Melbourne defence come in.
Well, that was extraordinary stuff. Last line defence from Melbourne. And they're able to tidy things up to Langdon. Out of side, hits up Big Ben Bound. He's got him centre wing outer. Goes with a long high ball. At the back, Petrarca. Goes with a fist. And it's out of play. We'll have it thrown in. 60 around for the Demon goal.
How good was that race inside 50 towards goal? That was almost Lewis Jetta, Surioli on the MCG Grand Final day. Apart from none of these two had the footy, but he matched him with pace, didn't he, Root?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Love watching that stuff.
31 points. Demons lead it. First qualifying final here at the Adelaide Oval. Tap down. May tried to step through some traffic. Viney little undergrounder. Here's Lyons for Brisbane. He gets it to Neil. Working in a real tight space. McLuggage got it across to Zorko. Trying to build here, Brisbane. Here he is, Cameron. He's got Smith right on his tail. Got it to Bailey. Pokes one inside 50. Bowie, Lever, Bowie. Did well. And the D's can tidy up. Salem hits his target. Langdon at halfback.
See, the defence of Melbourne's too good. The midfield's too good. They're on top as well.
Their forward line, Melbourne's defence looked a bit shaky in that first quarter, but since then, haven't looked like scoring Brisbane.
So we're 10 minutes in. Salem's had 10 disposals for Melbourne already in this quarter. Amazing stuff. Neil Bullen gets a handball to Oliver, who was in a bit of trouble moments ago, but he looks okay now. Oliver had a bounce and lost the ball, regained it, had plenty of time. Viney squares it up, centre forward, Brayshaw. Big fly, Melbourne forwards, no mark taken. Brisbane just hack it out of there. Loose centre wing, it's a foot race now again. Rivers leads in the race for the ball. Brisbane do well this time though, or do they? Cockatoo. In fact, Lever's the Melbourne player and he cops a high one.
Another intercept possession for Jake Lever. Been outstanding tonight.
So Lever, free kick, can send Melbourne forward again. Clumsy tackle on him. Copped him high. Lever, all Australian back pocket. Kicks it high towards half forward. Big pack of players, no mark off hands, and it dribbles out of play.
He's absolutely shagged, Lever.
I just looked over. Have a look at Charlie Cameron and Joel Smith in the middle of the ground. They're both cooked from running back to goal still.
He looks like Bernie in their first time trial after a long off-season.
Is that when Craigie called me as fat as a whale in front of the group? Made me take my shirt off?
Throw in. The fat shaming there, working around. Here's Viney. Now Petrarca. Brisbane free kick. Red big ones for Bob Jane teammates.
Lincoln McCarthy, he is steaming hot, boys. He's not happy with proceedings. He's only had the 5 touches. That is not the steam off the brows coming out of his ears. He wants to kill Lever down here.
Well, they really messed that up, Brisbane. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. Footy with Brayshaw for the Demons. They lead it by 31 points, Melbourne. Goes in the direction of Gord. Across the front, Oliver. Petrarca, he's going to bust through. He couldn't get through. He was stopped and Neil came through for Brisbane. Ends up with Danaher. Gives it to McLuggage. There's no real forwards inside the 50. Demons have got numbers back here. Chance for Jackson Pryor. He's on centre wing. What's his next option? He gets on with business now. Danaher's going to supply the shepherding as he sends it inside 50. And they've got the numbers here, Melbourne. Falls to Cockatoo. Matheson around the body. And he didn't get the angle on it. It bounces, rolls out of play, Cathedral End. Only metres around for the Brisbane goal. They desperately need a goal, the Lions. Melbourne by 31 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Just can't put a dent on the scoreboard, can they, Brisbane? They're just not making the most of the limited amount of inside 50s even in this third quarter. They've had 6 and they've only got 1 point to show for it.
Melbourne by 31 points. Throw in, right forward pocket. Over the top, Jackson doing the ruck work. Melbourne trying to defend as they've done so well all night. Jackson comes away with the ruckman, but handball to McInerney. The opposite ruckman has a little ping at the goals and under pressure. Had to rush it and it just dribbles out of play. Right forward pocket. So identical spot, another throw in. McInerney, huge body on this man. Plays in front of Jackson, who reaches over from behind. The ball comes down in front of the pack. Langdon picks it up. Handball over the top for Neil Bourne, and Melbourne get away too easily again. Kick it out to centre wing. Gorn under it. Didn't take the mark. Andrews a chance at the back of the pack. He's not interested. Just runs it out of play. And a throw in out of side.
He hasn't looked himself tonight, Harris Andrews. He's in some stages talked about as a good a defender as there is in the competition.
All Australian.
Yeah, but he just doesn't seem to be quite with it. First game back.
Just looks like he's playing the safe option. Could have easily grabbed that ball, come inside. They need to be daring. Take the game on. Not going to win just taking it out of bounds.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Bernie Vince, Mark Rasciuto throwing on the outer side. We've got a stoppage. Matheson trying to assert himself around the contest. Seabus Super delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Seabus for all of us. Now here's Jackson for Melbourne, ground level. On the up he gave to Langan. Across to Salem. Here they work at the Demons. Now Harms back to Salem through centre wing. He didn't quite get the angle on it, and a big fist. Corn was sitting under it, and it's out of play. We'll have it thrown in on the outer side. Harris Andrews was that player with the fist.
Hold the meter.
So throw in. 31-point lead to Melbourne. Just a bit of a lull in the game at the moment after a fantastic opening half at the Adelaide Oval, in particular the second quarter belonging to Melbourne.
Haven't had a goal in this third quarter, did?
No, we haven't. So Jackson with the tap down to Langdon. Got a quick handball away. Tried to take it back in the 1-2, but cut off. And now a chance. Fullerton bangs it onto the boot for Brisbane. Goes forward. Straight through the fingertips. And Melbourne are allowed to come away again. Bowie's tackle. That should have been the ball. Umpire. Rich gets it to Pryor. Pryor's left foot kick out to half forward. Cameron the target. Didn't take the mark. Turns Smith inside out. Picks it up. Goal number 4 coming here. Yes! Charlie Cameron. The liveliest forward out there for Brisbane. And boy, did they need that. First goal of the third term goes to the Lions. 6-5-41. Trail Melbourne 9-12-66. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Cameron's got 4. Rhett Bigland's on the boundary.
Yeah, Root, just to add to that, Harris Andrews, we spoke to Greg Swarm in the pre-game, and he said with that hamstring last week he was touch and go, probably could have played well. He's played 100% game time out there tonight, but you're right, he doesn't have that explosiveness, so maybe in the cold conditions he's just looking after that, Hammy.
I mean, Brisbane haven't looked like winning this game since quarter time, have they? But they're only 25 points down. We said about Melbourne not putting them away. They've kicked 9 goals, 12 Melbourne. If Brisbane maximise their opportunities, you just never know. I mean, Melbourne know what it's like to come from behind. Brisbane are going to take chances. They're going to play high-risk footy. Who knows? They might be able to make a comeback here.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Brisbane try to get it working forward again, but Oliver stands in the way. Gets it to Viney as Melbourne have a look at him stream through the middle of the Adelaide Oval. Bowie puts it deep inside 50 ball. Andrews, he let up. Couldn't take it. Release the handball. Robinson just wanted to get it out of his hands.
He is not right. I'm telling you right now. He just doesn't look...
Why did he take that mark? He looked like he...
I thought he did his hammy going for it.
He looks like he's sort of half out there. Bizarre. First goal for Brisbane, that goal, since the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Almost been a quarter and a half since they've scored a goal.
25-point lead for Melbourne. Brisbane are hanging in. Gawn, tap down. Working hard here, Sparrow for Melbourne. Oh, Robinson, he did really well. Got rid of his opponent, Viney, got the ball. Here's Matt Brisbane. They come with a bit of a run here. It's going to fall. McCarthy feeding back. Lever sat over it. Then he's tackled.
Oh, that's good.
That's got to be gone.
Big non-call.
It was a great take from Jake Lever in that contest. Was in all sorts of pressure, but he had the opportunity to get that out, I feel. That should have been paid.
Umpire throws it up on the 50. Oliver gets it onto his boot under pressure. Great smother. The Robinson kick was smothered. The Melbourne defence standing tall. Big O gets the footy, now loses it. Oliver in there working hard. Got a handball out to Brayshaw. That's too good. Now to Pickett.
He's clipped him.
Whoa, gee. Viney now on the run. Kicks to half forward. No mark taken. Good defence. Adams over the top. And the game just warming up a little bit now.
Who gave him one there?
Matheson.
Yep.
Matheson,
the barometer,
and the umpires just having a word to him.
I reckon Pickett's giving him a bit of a spray as he's running away too.
He could have hit him.
Watch this space, I reckon.
But, he doesn't want to do anything silly because he Pickett.
No, he's got a prelim to play if he wins this tonight.
Throw in on the members' side. Great tap going down to Viney. Run down by Matheson. How does the umpire see it? Says held to him. They'll ball it up about 48 metres out from goal.
So ball up. Rucks go at it here. Tap down. Oliver.
Throw!
He's called for a throw, so Brisbane will get the footy. Macca's 50th birthday, so try one of their classic double burgers today. Can Brisbane string a couple together? Robinson across half back for Brisbane. He goes wider to Starcevic. Able to find a target here.
Oh, he's nearly off.
He was. So Gardner goes with a sideways handball. Back to Starcevic. They're hitting targets here. Nice build-up, Brisbane. McLuggage on the logo. It's Robinson at half forward with his hand in the air. And now just a short little hit-up ball. Nice to Coleman. So gradual stuff here by Brisbane. No dump in 50 stuff. He goes in the direction of Berry, gets him. He's going to play on. And it's fallen to McLuggage.
See, that's very gettable from him. He's going to kick from 40 metres out on a slide angle. This to get it back to 19 points.
The nerves should be just starting to go, I reckon, for the Melbourne supporters at home and at the ground tonight.
We just couldn't think they could play as good as they did in that second quarter for the whole game. They were brilliant.
They were brilliant. They were as good as what Port Adelaide were last night.
But they kicked 4 goals 6.
Yeah.
Big moment in this game. McLuggage gets close to the man on the mark, but he likes it. Oh, we got a game. It's a 19-point lead for Melbourne. The Lions have got back-to-back goals. And it's 66-47. Melbourne lead at Triple M Beacon Trade Scoreboard. Supporting Sparkies with 7:30 a.m. opening hours, trade prices, click and collect, and free delivery from over 100 Beacon Lighting stores. Bertie Vince, Mark Rashuto on Triple M Footy.
Good ball movement from the Lions. They just found their way through. They picked their way through. They didn't bomb it long. They kicked short. They found the targets, and they had a really good chain of ball movement right the way through. They had to get a couple back and forward in the forward 50 to get McLuggage to have a good shot at goal from a good spot. He's had 6 disposals and kicked a goal in this third quarter now. McLuggage, Lockie Neal's had 8 in this third quarter. He's now up to 29 touches, and we've still got a quarter to go. So Brisbane making a little comeback here thanks to Red Z Lending.
Yeah, Roo with the Red Z Lending stat. Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. 19-point lead for Melbourne. Petrarca just about threw that out to Gawn. Coming through Oliver, copped a high one. Brisbane win it in the middle. Lions, then he's rock and rolled. Ball first sits for Bowie. Bowie's left foot kick to the outer side. Sparrow makes a yard, ran hard, took the mark. So trying to get the Demons into attack again. Goes very, very short. Neil Bullen takes the mark. On the outer side, centre wing. So Brisbane just having a moment in this game. They've kicked the 2 goals so far in this term. Long kick going towards the pocket for Melbourne. Player held, surely holding the ball, The umpire says yes, and Harris Andrews gets a free kick.
5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gee, Brisbane would love another one.
In fact, it's not Andrews' kick, but anyway, it comes across goal now to Rich.
The Adams that had it?
Was it Adams, yep. So, Rich. Last line of defence. Not much on offer. He's called to play on. Now there's a loose player for him. Coleman at half-back. Takes the mark. and fires one short. Robinson on the lead. He takes the mark.
Chipping the ball around here, Bernie, doing what Melbourne did to him early.
Yep. So Robinson, tried to bite one off through the corridor. Now it's a little soccer off the deck by Bailey, and May was able to take the relieving mark. Deep in defence here for Melbourne.
They'd love to turn it over here from this kick, Brisbane.
So May goes to the Gawn-McInerney contest. Got the fist in there, the big O, it's bundled out of play. Matheson tried the old headlock on Spargo. Oh, it's starting to heat up here at the Oval. Demons by 19 points, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So we can see on the big screen.
Oliver's taking a dive. Oh, Robinson's taking a dive.
What's going on?
They're all diving.
Skittles. Oh, gee, degree of difficulty with Pike. Viney, soccers off the ground for Melbourne. Is that a mark? Oh, it should be. Adams did well, low to the ground, took the chest mark, handball to Robinson, wasn't quite ready for it. Terrible handball, but he gains it eventually. Gives now to Neil, another touch for him, another Red Z stat. Kicks it high, but Gawn sits under it. Takes the mark. So they can't get past Gawn.
You ever call the diving dits?
No.
Did everything else.
Yeah. All the big sports. Yeah. Rhythmic gymnastics.
Play on. So here's Big Maxi Gawn. Goes down the line. 19-point leaders Melbourne. Brisbane have kicked the last couple of goals. Footy at centre wing. Oh, look at Neil. Put some pressure on Oliver.
He's having a real crack, Lockie Neil, the Brownlow medalist. 30 disposals now. 19 of those contested. 9 clearances. 6 hardball gets. He's playing a ripping game.
Red Z lending stats. You have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. All these players going at each other. Bring the big stadium home this footy finals. Great deals on TVs and sound bars now at Harvey Norman. That's holding the man, surely, Neil. Geez, unlucky. He goes after Oliver Roo. You're right. He's really putting in. Here's Petrarca. Trying to get one going forward. It's taken out of play. We will have it thrown in. 55 around from the Demons' goal.
Just noticed James Harms. He's trying to go to Lockie Neal now, so he's waiting for him here after that contest to get back to this stoppage here on the half-forward line. So obviously the coaching staff said Lockie Neal's having too much of an influence around the footy.
Yeah, good call from Bernie Vince. Playing in front, big Oscar McInerney brings it down with a double fist.
Brisbane.
And a Brisbane free kick. It's just going their way at the moment, isn't it?
You're right.
Just starting to turn. McInerney with the free kick. He'll earn his shower tonight. He and Max Gawn have gone at it very hard right from the start. Handball's off to Rich, who runs into a bit of trouble. Nowhere to go here. Now gets the kick away. Gawn did well with the pressure. Danaher up way too early. Should have given away a free kick, but didn't. Brisbane fumble and lose it. Allows Brayshaw to come through. Neil Bullen bangs it on the boot forward. Rich cuts them off. He's tackled by Gawn. The big ruckman doing well on hands and knees. Handball to Petrarca. Petrarca kicks high. Centre half forward. And there's only one demon there. Fritchie nearly took the mark. But now Brisbane can come away with the footy. The clearing kick's not that good. Does it get the Coleman? It does.
Risky kick. Had to come off.
It was a good kick though, wasn't it?
Yeah. It opens up the corridor for Danaher. Got it across to Adams. Brisbane going forward. It's a terrible kick. Straight into the arms of Petty. He was off, was he?
He was off. Should have called that, the umpire. He definitely took 2 steps forward.
The cockatoo had him in his sights if he was going to go. Here's Langdon for Melbourne. Gets it to Neil Bullen. Demons lead it by 19.
That Adams kick forward was exactly what we've been saying not to do. Just bombing it forward.
And he was out. It was uncontested. He could have kept running with the footy, Adams, but just absolutely butchered it.
Mark Rasciuto, Bernie Vince, Seabus, super special comments tonight as Sparrow sends Melbourne deep inside 50. Ball bobbling around. Adams led with his head. Got it to Neil to Robinson. Boundary out of play. Have it thrown in City end goal. Rip Bigland is for Bob Jane T-Marts. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli and many more. bobjane.com.au.
Those repeat stoppages right in front of the members here in the grandstand. The players are going man on man. They're clear with their instructions to make sure there's no looses, and that's creating a great contest around stoppage.
Good on you, Rep Bigland's down on the boundary. Melbourne, Brisbane working hard. Out of defence, Lockie Neal. Touch number 31, 32 for him.
They're
amazing. Now Brisbane are out. If they can get it up, they can. Campbell on the up. Danaher's about to get run down. Great pressure, Neil Bullen. Danaher's kick goes forward, and they force the errant kick. That was great pressure, Brisbane. And now in defence, they've got the numbers. Bowie should be able to clear and does. And that was great work. He gets the ball to Spargo. And that's where you teach young kids, Roo, never stop running. The perceived pressure from behind often forces a mistake, doesn't it?
Yep, absolutely.
Spargo goes down the line. Here's Birchall. So an experienced head. He likes these inboard kicks. Nice mark. Gretchen take from Zorko.
Oh, that's baldy.
That is 50 every day.
Yeah, he sucked him in, Zorko. He held the ball out and said, if you want to hit it out of my hands, go for it. And Trent Rivers has hit the ball out, not paid.
Extraordinary stuff as Zorko goes inside 50. This is a big contest. Ball bobbling around. Where's Cameron lurking? We've got a quick kick out of there by Harms. Touch play on, falls to Birchall. He's going to be wrapped up in a McDonald. Taylor really slings him, and we'll have a ball up 60 metres out from Brisbane's goal, and they are coming, the Lions.
So margin 19 points. Next goal, absolutely vital, you would think. If Brisbane can get it, they are right in it. Petraka, his kick goes straight up in the air. Doesn't gain any meterage at all. Oliver marked it. Told to play on straight away. Gawn soccers out of the air. Birchall will sit under this one and marks it right by the centre circle, so it's coming back.
30 seconds left.
It's going to go back inside 50. No, he goes sideways. Out to Coleman. You would think the players would know that. They usually know all of this information, so...
Signs being held up on the bench.
Short passes on. They need to hurry. And Berry drops the mark.
Oh, no.
That's it for Brisbane this quarter. As Melbourne come out of defence, Petty goes to the outer side. Langdon, they might get a goal. Langdon runs. Can have a bounce though. Kicks it over the top. Fritsch will sit under this one. Takes the mark. Whoa.
Just in time.
Bailey Fritsch is a left footer. He's up against the left pocket boundary.
Banana.
So he's going to have to go to the banana, the check side. Umpires with him, talking to him all the way, just running him through the rules, what he's allowed to do.
Can't come around on his right and do that.
Right. Has to run in a straight line.
From a fair way out, it's not an easy shot.
Right, so he's shaping it for the banana, the check side kick. It looks pretty good across the face of goal. And no, he's missed everything. It is three-quarter time.
Oh, I'll tell you what, stick around. We've got a big final turn to come your way. Brisbane are bringing something. Melbourne with the lead. They are 19 points in front. It's three-quarter time. First qualifying final. 9-12-66 Melbourne. 7-5-47 Brisbane. We've got the final turn to come your way. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Supporting Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices, click and collect and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
It's Macca's 50th birthday, so try one of their classic double burgers today. Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show is giving you a crack at $10,000 cash every morning. Enter this pin in the correct order to win.
1, 6, 9, 3.
All right, Joy, give Troy your numbers.
9, 1, 6, 3.
All right, let's put them in.
Pin incorrect.
Oh, well. I really wanted you to win, Joy.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Triple M's $10,000 vault. Your next chance to win is 8 a.m. Monday on Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Browse and shop online at National Tiles now, because nothing will improve your home more than beautiful all-new National Wall and Floor tiles. Imagine your kitchen, family room and bathrooms with beautiful all-new National Tiles. Yes, order your new National Tiles online now for immediate delivery with the surety of National Tiles' 100% money-back guarantee. So don't delay. Order online at National Tiles now. Conditions apply.
Installery, Installery, Installery.
For the hottest of hot party you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. Just keeps on and on.
Ask your plumber about Ream's advanced stainless steel water heaters with 12-year cylinder warranties.
Installery.
Accept nothing less than Australia's best.
At LDV, vans are big on size and small on price. Go big with the G10 1-tonner with space for
5.2 cubic metres.
Or even bigger with the V80 and
6.4 cubic metres.
Both from just $29,490 drive away for ABN holders. Or try our biggest fan, the Deliver 9, with up to
12.3 cubic metres.
Visit LDV and find the van for you. It's LDV for me. T's and C's and exclusions at ldvautomotive.com.au.
Las Vegas is home to many things, including two of the biggest rock bands of the modern era. Imagine Dragons and The Killers. You've heard their music, now hear their stories. I'm Ella Hooper, inviting you to check out my new music podcast series, Front and Centre. Search Front and Centre Podcast. Download the new Listener app and listen for free. Listener.
What I'd like for Father's Day is a beautiful yellow Karcher high-pressure washer from Bunnings.
Maybe too obvious, Dad.
Okay, a high-pressure washer would be nice.
Try and sell it at least.
Darling, the pavers have got a lot of grime on them. I wonder what could get that off.
A bit better.
The guys next door just bought Mick a Karcher. That would be an awesome gift for Father's Day.
How about I just tell Mum? Go ahead, make Dad's day with a Karcher high-pressure washer. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Kennards Hire. Do Kennards Hire make your job easy? Ken Oath.
Three-quarter time, first qualifying final here at the Adelaide Oval, and the Demons lead it by 19 points, 9-12, 66 Melbourne, 7-5, 47 Brisbane for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Let's zip down to the boundary. Bob Jane, T-Marts, Brett Biglands.
For the Demons, their rising star Luke Jackson's lost a front tooth. He got hit by Starcevic's knee, so they'll have to get that fixed up during the week. And just recapping, of course, Dan McStay with a nasty knee to the face that he copped from his teammate Cockatoo. His facial fractures are okay. It's just a concussion there. But the Matheson who replaced him has got a problem with his shoulder at the moment. He's put the long sleeve on, so they've been treating his arm, trying to get him ready.
Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free, and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli and many more. BobJane.com.au. Mark Rasciuto, Bertie Vince, how'd you see the third term?
Well, the Demons are gone 5 goals in the first quarter, 4 in the second and 0 in the third. If that, another 0, it opens the door for Brisbane, who just got a little bit of momentum going in that third quarter. Lockie Neal, 11 disposals. Mitch Robinson, 8. Zorko, 6 as well. McCluggage and Lyons, 6 as well. So midfielders starting to get their hands on the ball. Salem had 10 across halfback. Oliver had 10, but not as effective. Viney, 8. So, what are we, 19? Got to kick 4 more goals in the opposition here, which they haven't been able to do all night, but who knows what will happen in the last quarter, boys.
Well, spot in the prelim is up for grabs here. Melbourne by 19 points. Final term about to get underway. Here is Chris Dittmar on Triple M footy.
66 plays 47. Melbourne in control for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Umpire throws it up. Gorn with the first tap. Out after it, Lockie Neal. He's been such a good player again tonight. Gives to Robinson, who kicks high towards half forward in front. Rivers takes the chest mark from Melbourne. Rivers goes short. Viney hits him on the chest. Nice kick running Petrarca. Petrarca, Neil Bullen loose across half forward. Handballs to another loose player at half forward is Spargo. Chips over the top, touch, play on, said the umpire. Brown again. This happened to him earlier in the game. He plays on. This time he hears it. He didn't hear it the first time. And he's kicked. Not that great. And Adams has dropped a chest mark in the goal square unopposed. And now puts his teammates right under the pumps. Harms picks it up, loses it, and now Brisbane clear.
Oh, somehow the Lions get it out of there through Birchall. It might be coming back though. Sparrow to Salem. Sends it to half forward. Bouncing footy. No one really attacking it with venom. It ends up with Viney now to Oliver. Melbourne go back inside 50. Fridge trying to get some space. Free kick. That was Harris Andrews, front on contact.
I've got the footy.
I'm not sure about that one.
It's a great kick from Clayton Oliver, kicking it over the back.
Time back on, please.
Razor was behind Harris Andrews there.
There was not much else the Brisbane defender could do.
Let's have a look
on the Harvey Norman replay.
Oh, he never took his eyes off the ball.
He actually nearly marked that, Harris Andrews. Initially, I thought, nah, that's front on contact, but having a look at the Harvey Norman replay,
Razor took a punt on that.
He actually nearly marked that, Harris Andrews, and he's filthy.
But tell me this, front on contact, whether you're looking at the ball or looking at the player, front on contact is front on contact or not? It's different, isn't it?
If you're going for the ball, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So Fridge comes in and gets the Demon goal. They are out by 25 points now, Melbourne. 10-12-72. Brisbane is 7-5-47. All that happening on the Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard. To Kennards Hire, make your job easy. Ken Oath, Bernie Vince, Mark Rasciuto, Triple M footy.
Yeah, he got that one wrong, Razor. He was behind Harris Andrews. He couldn't tell what was going on there. He took a punt and he's cost him a goal.
And most times the defender does look at the forward going back like that. But as you said, he took a punt there because couldn't see his eyes. And if you can't see his eyes, you can't make the call, Ken.
Well, that's why you leave the other two umpires to make the decision.
Yeah, there's 3 umpires out there. I think you just need... It's the consequences of that. They kick the goal, it becomes very hard now for Brisbane. The consequences of that poor decision is just astronomical.
On the Kennards Hire scoreboard, 72 plays 47. Melbourne in control as Gawn gets the tap away for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. Brisbane go forward this time. Inside 50 lines. Cameron pushed in the back. Umpire said play on. Coming in to help out Berry. Handball forward. Rivers cuts them off though. Handball to Petty. Petty ridden into the ground. Is it holding the ball? No, held to him. Bailey, the tackler, the umpire says, I'll ball it up. Right forward pocket for the Lions, who desperately need a goal. They need a couple of quick ones to really get themselves back into this. Off hands to Oliver.
Touch ball, you.
Another touch ball came from Rivers. McCluggage had it, lost it, goes back in after it on hands and knees. Neil trying to help him out. Oliver steals it again. What a big night he's had. Always does, though, really. The ball ricochets out towards Harms. Now Petrarca. He lost it in the tackle, picking up Brayshaw. Brayshaw, Harms, and the kick smothered beautifully by McCluggage, and it goes out of place, centre wing in front of the members.
Max, Oscar.
So Rucks are going to go at it here.
Oscar.
It's going to be McInerney up against Jackson with that tooth knocked out. They go at it. McInerney got the tap down. Lyons sends it forward for Brisbane. Here's an opportunity. Cameron lurking around. He's kicked for tonight. Boundary line. It's out of play. We'll have it thrown in 40 around from the Brisbane goal. They need goals quickly here, the Lions.
To the middle.
25-point lead for the Demons. Prelim final berth on the end of this for the winner. Jackson, really high leap. Got it knocked down. Here's McInerney sending a really long handball in the Danaher direction. Ball spills. Here's McCarthy around the body. Oh, beautiful. Really nice around the body goal, McCarthy. And the margin cut back to 19 points. 10-12, 72 Melbourne. It's 8-5-53 Brisbane. Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard. Bernie Vince, Mark Rasciuto, Triple M footy.
Jeez, he didn't need much of an opportunity there, did he? Lincoln McCarthy, unbelievable pickup. It was Danaher that picked the ball up to start with. He was tackled from behind, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay. Great tackle there from Stephen May, but there were Melbourne opponents all around Lincoln McCarthy there. That's the ability of these players that are one-touch players. They just pick the ball up clean, no fumbles. It allows you time to get the ball on the boot, and that's that little half opportunity that Brisbane needed to take after giving away that one early on in this quarter, and back to game on.
Seabus Super special comments from Bernie Vince. For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy as Ray Chamberlain throws the ball up in the middle. McInerney gone again. Neither has an effective tap. Neil, another clearance. He got it from McCluggage. Out on a lead at half forward. Brisbane. Oh, gee, that was a huge hit. And he is hurt too. McCarthy, the goal kicker, copped it on the shoulder, I think. Harms and Coleman go at it. Good contest. Harms wins out, or does he? Coleman in the end beat him. Rich, the handball went astray. It ends up with Brayshaw of Melbourne. His kick forward, though, doesn't find a target. Harris Andrews out on a lead. Ball comes to Lyons. Lyons for Brisbane. Kicks along centre wing. Fullerton couldn't take the mark. Off hands Rivers, one way then the other. Gets around a couple of players. Takes the handball back in the 1-2 from Lever. Then kicks high towards centre half forward. Big pack of players. How did he take the mark there, Fritsch? Bailey, Fritsch in the middle of two defenders. Jumped higher than them and plucked it out of the air.
Well, that's an outstanding mark, isn't it? Just able to... Marcus Adams was the player sitting under it. What were the two Brisbane defenders doing behind? They just watched Bailey Fritsch just weave around him and get a free run at the footy. Poor defending from the players behind. That was a big contest too between Sparrow and McCarthy.
So Fritsch, who kicked the goal earlier in this term, on his way in. Leading goal kicker for Melbourne, makes no mistake. He's a beautiful left kick of the footy. 4 goals, Bailey Fritsch, in a final. It's a pretty good effort. And Melbourne get a bit of breathing space. 11-12-78. Lead Brisbane 8-5-53. Triple M Kennard's higher scoreboard.
51 for the year now, Fritsch. Good effort.
It's a very good effort. He's a tough matchup, as we said, Rose. You've got to put someone on him that can go with him with speed because he's so good on the ground. He's almost a midfielder. He started his career as a midfielder, as a wingman, and he's just been one of those uncanny guys that can go forward. Tough matchup. He can jump at the footy. Beautiful shot on goal, as Ditch was talking about just then, and that's a really good return. 51 goals already for the season, and he's not done with yet.
Look at the pack. There was Adams, Harris Andrews, and Ben Brown. He's outmarked all of them.
Yeah. Harris Andrews just stood there and watched. I'm with you, Ro. There's something just doesn't quite look right with him tonight.
Well, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Demons out by 25 points. Petrarca trying to clear it out of there. Gorn, little topo. On the outer side, Pryor works it up for Brisbane, but only as far as Sparrow. Here's Petrarca. Melbourne, they go inside 50 again. Harris Andrews front spot. Jackson at the back. McDonald wrapped up in a Coleman tackle. And he's done. So Brisbane, they get it deep in defence with Coleman.
Good work, Coleman. Good tackle against a man so much bigger than him.
Moving on.
Coleman from half back to the middle of the ground. It's a nice kick. Pinpoint to Neil. Lyons through the middle. Great kick. Kicks high to half forward. Cameron out on a lead.
2 metres back.
Takes the mark. Cameron's too far out. He'll need a lead and he'll need a mark. On the lead, Danaher. That's better. Danaher out in front of May. Led up and takes the chest mark.
Well, that's what you can create. If you that kick from Coleman to, I think it was McCluggage through the middle of the ground, was an unbelievable kick, and that's what they haven't been doing enough of. Taking the game on. They're not going to win this game being, 25 points down, playing safe. They need to pull those kicks inside because this is what it creates when you go inside 50. An open forward line, even numbers, and these guys are the beneficiaries, players like Danaher.
Brisbane desperately need this one. Danaher, and the kick's a shocker.
Wow.
Pushes it right, misses everything, it falls short and didn't even score. And now Melbourne can defend it. They are through Spargo. Handball over the top. Oliver runs into a spot of bother but gets around 3 Lions, can you believe? Gets the kick away, centre wing. No mark taken. Birchall off hands was good. Under pressure it comes to Robinson. His quick kick around the corner was touched. Handball to Lockie Neal. Neal runs himself into strife. Now gets a right foot kick around the corner to the pocket. And
Free kick Cameron. Jumper.
Free kick Cameron.
Jake, on the full now, please, buddy.
Charlie Cameron. Proven goal kicker.
Going for 5.
Going for his 5th goal.
Good effort, isn't it? Oh, geez, they both held each other there. I just saw that in the Harvey Norman replay.
I reckon Danaher was getting held as well.
Yeah, he's getting sort of worked under it, wasn't he?
Now, Charlie's shaping up for the left foot snapped around the corner here. What's he like with the left?
15 gone.
Near the umpire. Gives him the 15-second warning. Taking plenty of time. Goes now. Left foot. And makes no mistake. 5 goals, Charlie Cameron, if you don't mind, in a final. In a team that's getting pretty well beaten. They've only got 9 on the board. He's got 5 of them. Brisbane, there's a glimmer of hope. They got a 9-5-59. Trail Melbourne 11-12-78. Triple M Kennard's high scoreboard. He's a wonderful little forward pocket, isn't he?
Well, back under 20 points again, Roo. The opportunity's there if they want it. They've given away a couple of silly ones inside 50, but that one there, just making the most of it. And that's what players like this do. They're so dangerous inside forward 50. If you get the ball in quickly, one-on-ones, it makes these defenders nervous. And as you said, Roo, there's probably 2 free kicks. There's a free kick to Charlie Cameron off the ball, and then in the actual marking contest, Stephen May wrapped up Danaher as well. These defenders, even the all-Australian defenders like we see with the Melbourne players down there now, they can get nervous if you get the ball in quickly.
Well, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Melbourne by 19 points. Next goal will be really interesting stuff. Here's Bowie busting away from that half-back line for Melbourne. Working it to the outer side. Starcevic wrapped up by Pickett. Ball spills out. Pryor, he works to the boundary line and rolls out of play.
Rivers has already had 8 disposals in this last quarter for Melbourne, thanks to Red Z Lending.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed. Get a look at Coach Fagan there. Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen. Throw in. Jackson got the tap down for Melbourne. Harms there. Neal put the tackle on. Matheson for Brisbane. Here's Neil again. He's been very industrious this second half, but he's done there.
Oh, your ball.
He did not get rid of it. Viney was going to go on with it, but elected to give it back to Sparrow, who put the tackle on.
Sparrow.
South Australian boy too, Sparrow. They love his intensity and his tackle pressure.
From the Adelaide Hills. From centre wing, kicks out towards Gawn. No mark. Harris Andrews had a fumble again. In there trying to help him out. Several players. McCluggage hovering if the ball comes out. And it doesn't. So the umpire will ball it up. It's right on the 50-metre line. Only a metre or two inside the boundary. Right half forward. Gawn with another tap. Brings it down. Brisbane win the clearance. Try to get it forward, and they will now. McCluggage runs hard. Gets the long kick away. Cameron! Oh, he affected the spoil. Didn't take the mark. Did well. Melbourne have got the numbers. Leave it to May. May kicks to centre wing. Cut off, though, out there by Matheson, who was the medical sub. Came on about 12 or 13 minutes into the opening term when McStay went off. Matheson plays on, gets around the man on the mark. Short pass is terrible. And it goes straight to Langdon of Melbourne.
So it's error-ridden stuff here at the moment. Gawn takes a nice mark against Harris Andrews.
Numbers out here.
Gawn forward to centre wing, puts a high ball in, under the footy McDonald. Oh, look at Pickett buzz through. Couldn't grab the footy, Petrarca did. He took it, delivered, didn't hit the target, sits for Brayshaw. He's got time to steady and snap around the body. He didn't get the purchase needed, and it curled around a minor score. So the Demons, they are 11-13-79, Brisbane 9-5-59, 20 points. Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard. Do Kennards Hire make your job easy? Ken Oath.
Gee, Tom McDonald's been quiet.
Very, very quiet, mate.
Certainly has. A long, long lead for Berry. He's run about 100 metres here to accept this ball from the kick in. Berry. Robinson wants it short. Ignores him. Told to get on with it. So Berry's high kick didn't go very far. Got right under that one. Sparrow nearly a mark. Had plenty of it.
Push in the back. Free kick, Melbourne.
And a Melbourne free kick to Brayshaw.
Not much in that one either.
No, but mistakes that Brisbane just don't need. Short passes on. Gee, Coleman wasn't watching. And his opponent takes the easiest of marks, Viney.
Razor's given him a couple of nice ones this quarter so far, Razor.
Time back on, please.
So Viney told to come around on the angle. Short pass to the pocket. Big Max Gawn.
Oh, that is front on contact.
And that's front on for sure. And Max Gawn is a sore boy out of this one. He gets up now, but he's taken a long, long time.
Big blue tattoo on his head. What's happened there?
Only got one of the Jets crackers there.
Guys out, please. Down in 1 metre, buddy.
So only about, 20 metres out, but he's in the left forward pocket. So a tight angle.
He's got a blue tattoo, something on his head, some paint. He's got some white paint down his neck.
Looks like Braveheart.
It looks like he's been in a fight with a paint can.
This one will this will make it very hard. This is the first nail going in.
Kicked the big one last week.
Plays on, kicks it around the corner, and just squeezes in for a point. Minor score, 11-14-80, 21-point margin, 9-5-59, Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard.
So they bring it back in quickly, Brisbane. They know the time is now or never, and it wasn't the best option in the end. Viney's going to pump it back in there for the Demons. Under it, Ben Brown. Adams with a big fist from the side. Ground level Pickett, boundary line. He takes it over. We'll have it thrown in. Cathedral end, 45 around Demons goal.
Does take a bit of bravery to go back with the flight of the ball there, but Zorko just didn't quite give it 100%. Cost him the mark.
Expect more from his skipper, don't you?
C-Bus Super Special comments, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. C-Bus for all of us. We've got Bernie Vince and Mark Rasciuto tonight. Here's the big O, McInerney, trying to work it out of there. Robinson, Matheson. Ball spills. We're inside the Demons 50. Here's Brayshaw, normally good. Inside 50 ball. Oh, gee, Harris Andrews able to pluck one. Dragged it in and raked it down with the one hand.
Tom McDonald, we speak about him having a quiet night. Just the 4 disposals tonight. Cozzy Pickett as well, just the 4. So he's kicked the 2 goals, but certainly some upside for the next week or the prelim.
Birchall's kick gets out to centre wing. Salem sends it back. Oh, nearly a mark to Robinson. Was he met front on? Umpire said no. And in the end, and look at him go.
Oh, wow.
He's going to the umpire. He's going off his nut.
Love it there.
think he was faking it a bit, wasn't he, boys? Don't you reckon? You watch him throw his head back.
Well, thought it was front on contact.
I thought you meant faking going at the umpire. I thought, no, anything's possible with Robinson.
That was genuine.
Ben Brown doing the ruck work. Big O, his opponent, comes away with the footy. Lions, in fact, Zorko tried to kick forward. It was cut off. It was smothered. Melbourne have the ball in the forward pocket. Fritsch is there. And McDonald, but they take the ball out of play. Brisbane need to get a hurry on. They need goals. It's Melbourne 11-14-80. Brisbane 9-5-59.
Played 17 and a half minutes. Final term. Look at Fagan chewing the gum. Harvey Norman replay. Bring the big stadium home. This footy finals. Great deals on TVs and soundbars. Now at Harvey Norman. Out of the throw-in contest. Brisbane through Lions. Working up to centre wing. Here's Danaher. Wants to turn and get on with it quickly. What was that?
Well, he was trying to get it over the top to Bailey. It was. I know what he was trying to do. It was high risk, though. Gee, it was high.
It was brain fade stuff. Are you saying execution more so, Roo?
No, he knew what he was trying to do, but
he's gone. It might result in a Melbourne goal as Petrarca has taken it inside 50.
If he got it where he wanted to go, then it opens up the whole oval, but high risk footy.
Well, it was a big key, Danaher, for Brisbane. They got him down to go the next step, which they've failed to do the last couple of years. He hasn't kicked a goal tonight. And the footy with Petrarca. The Demons by 21 points. Played nearly 19 minutes final term. Petrarca, Cathedral End, kick on the way, sensational stuff. Oh, the Demons have got a foot in the prelim, no doubt about it. Look at them. They get around the big track. And it's a lead now of 27 points on the Kennards Hire scoreboard. We've played nearly 19 minutes final term. Up Prosciutto, Bernie Vince on Triple M footy.
Well, your big guns step up and do the business when it needs to be done. That is going to put it horribly out of reach, I think, now. What do we got? Under 8 minutes left. And it's, what is it,
27 points.
It's going to be hard, very hard from there. 5 goals in 8 minutes. I don't think you're doing that when you've only kicked 9 for the game.
Time becomes the enemy now. They just need to retain the ball now. Kick mark. Take the clock, time off the clock.
Brett Bigland boundary.
Bernard, we spoke off there. Is there a spot for Nate Jones, the stalwart for the Melbourne Footy Club, over 300 games, and knocking on the door? They may look at Bowie moving forward if they get through the pre. You'd love to see him back in the side, Bern, wouldn't you?
Oh, you'd love to see him in. It'd be a great fairy tale, great story for a man that's given his heart and soul for this footy club. But it's going to be a very hard side to break into, Biggles, with their performance again tonight and over the past month from all the midfielders.
Well, you got Hibbard and Melcham out of the side as well, long-term players.
So Harms kicks high and long to the pocket. Ben Brown didn't take the mark. Brisbane fumble, Adams, and it goes over the line. And a throw in the left forward pocket. Melbourne in control now at the Adelaide Oval. 12-14-86. Brisbane 9-5-59. Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard. So 20 minutes gone in this final term. Melbourne on their way, you would think, to a prelim final. Big Oscar takes the ball, kicks it high and long. And straight out of bounds on the full. A rushed kick. And his opponent in Max Gawn was there somehow. And he will take the relieving kick to send Melbourne back into attack. Gawn. Rucked tirelessly again tonight, as he always does. Runs hard, kicks the ball high to full forward. Big pack, no mark. Offhand. Petrarca! Too good. Too smooth. Great goal. Brilliant stuff. Sharked it, roved it, read it magnificently. And he gets back-to-back goals for Melbourne. Now they can start celebrating, you'd think. 13-14-92. Brisbane 9-5-59. Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard.
Yep, too good. Big gun again. Just getting the job done. They're home now, the D's. They've just got to get through uninjured. And 7 minutes to go.
27 disposals, and that's his second goal, thanks to Red Z lending for Christian Petrarca. Just seems like the bigger the occasion for this bloke, the better he plays, the more he stands up, and someone that you can really trust to perform in a big finals game for your footy club.
He's dangerous, Ren.
Oh, he's goals. That's the thing. He's one of those players that you'd love two of him, because he's so good in the middle of the ground, as we see him starting in the centre bounce now. But if he goes forward as well, he can hit the scoreboard, and he rarely misses. He's so clean. So well done.
And what about the one he took on the crumb before and missed.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. Mark Rashudo, Bertie Vince there on Triple M footy. Here they go again, the Demons out of the middle. Oliver sends a long ball in. Ben Brown attacked it with a lot of venom. Ball spills. Harris Andrews just about lying on his stomach. Now Robinson and Matheson for Brisbane.
There has to be something wrong with Harris Andrews. He just doesn't look himself.
Brisbane working up towards half forward, but they've turned it straight over. They've done a lot of this tonight. A lot of the blind kicking stuff, and the Demons through Rivers pick it off pretty comfortably. Here's Brayshaw.
So Brayshaw had a very good night for Melbourne, taking plenty of time. So 22 and a half minutes gone. Now he plays on from centre wing. Brayshaw kicks it long. Ben Brown in front, edged under the footy, no mark. Harris Andrews picks it up, got a handball away. Not enough on it to get it to Robinson. Pryor shoved into the ground, ridden into the ground. And the umpire says, I'll have it. One of the players who's had a pretty quiet night tonight, Pryor. But he's not alone. But, a lot of these Brisbane players haven't seen a lot of it. And the tap just goes out of play. We'll have a throw-in centre wing member side of Adelaide Oval.
He's only had 6 disposals, Pryor. Fullerton's had 6. He's another one that hasn't done a lot. Cockatoo's only had 4 as well. And Darcy Gardner just the 3. Thanks to Red Z Lending.
Ream Hot Water, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Steady, hot and strong. Throw in. Here's Lyons for Brisbane. He gets a tumbling footy up towards half forward. Boundary line, and it is out of play. So the Demons by 33 points. Played 23 and a half final term on the Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard. So it was a kick after the siren that they're able to take the minor premiership, the Demons. And they're on their way to a prelim as Gawn gets the tap down. Petrarca, here he is again, really busy through centre wing, releasing a handball to Oliver. They're streaming here, the Demons. Viney spewed, he wanted the handball there.
And he should have given it to him. You've got to look after your teammates when your job's done.
So Brisbane from defence to the middle of the ground. Lyons takes a good contested chest mark, gets on with it quickly, left foot kick to the outer side of the ground. Berry kicks inside 50, looks for Cameron. May's there with him, too big, too strong. And he sees the ball out of play. Cameron with 5 goals tonight, 5 out of 9 in a side that's being pretty well beaten. We can see Big McStay down on the bench, the Harvey Norman screen, who was subbed out of the game after about the first 10 minutes tonight. Very big head knock, head clash.
64 inside 50s to 43 thanks to Red Z Lending.
Comments there from Roo. Stats with Roo. Mark Rashudo. As Gawn fires out a handball. There's been another great player for Melbourne tonight. Oliver goes in hard, didn't win the footy. Brisbane have got players around the ball, numbers around the ball. Lions goes Goldwood and misses. Minor score. 9-6-60 they are. Trail by 32 points. Melbourne 13-14, 92. Triple M Kennards Hire scoreboard.
So Big Stevie May, he's got the footy for the Demons.
Neil's just notched up his 40th disposal as well.
He's had a big night, Roo. As you said, he was trying to do it all for his team. Now the Demons. Here's Jackson. Releases a sideways handball to Neil Bullen. A little high there for Spargo, but he's got plenty of time to run onto it. They have had that on a lot of occasions tonight, Melbourne. He was closed down late by McCluggey. Got the kick inside 50. Here's Petrarca. Benny Brown. Petrarca slipped through the hands out of play. And we'll have it thrown in. 35 around from Melbourne's goals.
Oscar. Melbourne Rock. Melbourne Rock. Ben Brown.
A bit slippery down there. We had Starcevic slip through his hands, and then Petrarca slipped through his hands as well.
Throw in. 40 metres around from the goal. Ben Brown doing the ruck work. Melbourne's goal, that is. But Big O beats him this time. Plucked it out of the air. Kicked it forward to centre wing. The other ruckman, Jackson, was there waiting for it. So too was May. And May happy to take the ball out of play. So 26 and a half minutes gone in this final term. And Melbourne are on their way to a prelim final. It's been a long, long time for them. Throw in by the interchange gate. Jackson into the ruck, brings it down in front of Viney. Was tackled, lost the ball. Jackson back in after it. Geez, athletic this lad. Brilliant play. Picks it up and then kicks Melbourne forward. Goes towards half forward. Harris Andrews beats Ben Brown this time. Quick kick forward by Brisbane, and Robinson rock and rolled from behind. He won't like that much, and he goes back in after the footy and won it beautifully. Got it to Lyons. Lyons now farms out a handball, put his teammate right under the pump. And the umpire says he'll to him. Rhett Bigland's on the boundary.
Yeah, Simon Goodwin has put all his weapons in the gun rack now on the bench. He has got Petrarca, Gawn, May and Oliver. So the job is done.
So ball up, centre wing. Lockie Neal. Red Z lending number 41. Around the body, Salem. And G. Viney was all over him there. McCluggage will have it thrown in.
So the multi-million-dollar bench down there at the moment, just let all the other cattle class just do the last 3.5 minutes by the looks of it.
There's a few of the cattle sitting there watching in the stands. There's Hibbard, Melksham and Nathan Jones.
So Jackson and McInerney. Jackson had his tooth knocked out earlier on tonight.
Pushing the back, free kick, Brisbane.
Lions get the free kick. Razor Ray there. Jackson might need a piece of PK chewing gum just to whack in the gap that he's got there from the tooth knocked out earlier tonight. Here's Lockie Neal, number 42 on the Red Z lending stats.
12 clearances to go with that too, Yoda.
Extraordinary night by the Brownlow medalist, but his team are going to have to find another way. McCluggage and a mark taken here. Bailey. He's got a over-the-top ball, and it came off the side of the boot, actually. McInerney, boundary, it's out of play. Petty takes it over. We'll have it thrown in City end goal. It's a 32-point Demon lead.
He's another South Australian, Harrison Petty, boy from the Eyre Peninsula.
West Coast.
Throw in, 5 metres around from the Melbourne goal. To the throw in now. Brown doing the ruck work down to Bowie. To McCluggage. McCluggage squares it up in front of the goal mouth. And the mark taken back there by Langdon. Good strong mark. So Langdon picks himself up. And Melbourne just happy to take their time now and wind the clock down. Just a couple of minutes to go in this one. Langdon runs hard, kicks it long, out of centre wing. Fritsch may have been the target. Didn't get a run at it in the end. Loose ball. Fritsch wanted to soccer it forward. Was beaten to it by Andrews. A lot of players around it now and they can't get it out. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Starcevic at the bottom of the pack.
So footy on the outer side. Melbourne by 32 points. They were challenged at stages through the night. Brisbane got it back to just over 3 goals a few times, but Melbourne have steadied and then gone again. Here's Bowie. Got it across to Brayshaw and got it back. Bowie goes up towards half forward, finds Ben Brown. Brayshaw a little slow to get to his feet. He's had a huge night behind play. And this ball from Ben Brown in the direction of Viney. It spills, and it's McCluggage for Brisbane, who gets it out to Robinson, backward to centre wing.
Robinson turns, delivers the short pass, Cameron. Cameron, long way from goal. Delivers to the middle of the ground. Picks out a teammate in Lockie Neal. 43 possessions tonight. Red Z lending, amazing. Goes to the pocket, Berry. No mark taken. Good pressure, Melbourne again in defence. Comes to Smith. Smith handball to Brayshaw. Brayshaw over the top. Ben Brown takes the mark as Harris Andrews comes in very, very late. Just miles behind.
You don't see 44 disposals in a final much, do you?
Not very often, Ruth. Been outstanding. As you said, not just the touches, the 13 clearances now as well, 25 contested possessions.
Yeah, he's certainly been a big high tackle. Very nasty tackle that was.
That's just frustrating.
On Viney.
That was ridiculous. Big O, come on, mate. Chill out a bit.
Don't mind that. Get out of my way.
The old coat hanger on Viney as he goes with a left foot ball. Puts Melbourne up to half forward. Ball over the back. Rich. Number 45 for Lockie Neal. Is it going to be 46?
Oh,
it is. Red Z lending stat number 46 for Neal. Can he raise the bat?
39 seconds.
Ball out of play. Oh! Now, Neil Bullen absolutely smashed into the fence by Jared Lyons. He's up and going and okay, but that wouldn't have tickled.
Isn't that a free kick? Slamming into the fence after?
Could be.
Was it deliberate or was it
dangerous?
So throw in. Ben Brown in front, does the ruck work. In fact, Jackson it was. Jackson then goes back after it. Ground level, Coleman fights for it. Pickett comes out of the pack, left foot, kick at goal. Has he? No, it's just to the left of the tall post. So minor score. Melbourne to 13-15, 93. Brisbane 9-6-60. Triple M, Kennard's highest score.
Been a smashing since quarter time, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They gave a bit of a sniff there in that third quarter, the Brisbane Lions, but
the little one.
Melbourne put them to bed pretty quickly in this last term.
So Rich goes straight down the middle. Mark taken by Zorko. Wants to go this way, that way. Squaring ball. Gets it to Lions.
There he is.
Oh, there's the siren.
So
the Demon Dream is alive. Melbourne are through to the prelim. They win by 33 points over Brisbane, 13-15-93. The Lions 9-6-60. Comprehensive in the end.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, a team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. Should all acquaintance be enough, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
Well, Melbourne, they run out convincing winners and go through to a prelim. They are one step away from the big dance, and we're standing by to take you down to Maxi Gawn, thanks to our good friends at Channel 7. Melbourne running out nice winners over Brisbane here at the Adelaide Oval, and they head to a prelim in a week's time. Max Gawn, what were his numbers, boys, on the Red Z lending stats? We're standing by to take you down to him.
Had 19 disposals, 12 contested possessions, 5 clearances, 7 tackles, big Maxi. And he would have had a heap of hit-outs as well. I'll get them for you straight away. He's had 36 hit-outs to go with it.
Let's head down to Maxi Gawn.
This was terrific. Yeah, everyone's got pressure, man. If you finish top 4, you got pressure to come out here and perform. And we had an amazing game last week, and we knew we had to back it up. Rained for about 3 hours before the game. We got some really good marking plays, and we were still able to control our game and mark. And Bailey Fritsch was really good forward. Benny Brown was really good forward. It was the Petrarca and Oliver show lately. You just talked about just in the air controlling it. They couldn't take a contested mark. They weren't marking the ball in 50. You just held them down beautifully. Yeah, that's definitely a strength of ours. And with them, with one tall down to McStay going down early, and obviously Hipwood not playing, we thought we could get some domination with Maisie and Jake Lever and Harry Petty down there. But the forwards are the ones that surprised me. Luke Jackson took a Mark of the Year nomination early on. Can you still get Mark of the Year in finals? Well, you should be able to. But, and Bailey Fritsch as well. And he lost the front tooth too, Luke Jackson, so he's come back all right. He's lost it before. It's actually a fake tooth. So right. I don't know what's going on there. Max, you got the big knock in the chest there, I think, from Reece Matheson down there. How are you feeling, all right? I needed to kick that goal. I've been working on my snaps. Funny enough, like I shouldn't be working on my snaps. I'm a ruckman, but I've been working on my snaps. I've got to drain that. Well, the last goal last week was probably a little more important, so you can probably let yourself off there. Mate, congratulations on the All-Australian captaincy as well. Just looking at your side, we're watching little Jake Bowie run around, just his 5th game. He looks so composed. Mate, he's keeping Michael Hibbert out of the team at the moment, which is, I mean, Michael Hibbert could be back next week, 2 weeks, might not be, but Jake Bowie's been super, like 5th, 6th game, rising star a couple of weeks ago. Even Trent Rivers, Joel Smith has come in and played a role on Charlie Cameron tonight, so really proud of some of those young defenders. Mate, the unusual is becoming usual because we don't know what's happening every day just about that, but when do you go to Perth? Is it tomorrow? We're off to Perth tomorrow, as long as the truck drivers have held up over in WA, but Perth tomorrow, isolate for the whole 2 weeks and then play a prelim. Maxie, congratulations, have fun in Perth and well done taking your boys into the prelim. Thanks, mate, good man.
Oh, thanks to our friends there at Channel 7, Maxi Gawn, the All-Australian captain and the skipper of the Melbourne Footy Club, running out winners by 33 points. We're standing by to take you back down. We've got Clayton Oliver, who was able to really play a terrific game tonight, and no, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get hold of Clary, thanks to our friends there at Channel 7. But a big win, boys, and Melbourne, well, they head off to a prelim, isolate for 2 weeks over in Perth before that game.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's a long spell, isn't it?
Long time. I didn't realise it was going to be the full 2 weeks. From what I understood, it was a week like the other teams that went over there, but they'll be able to train, obviously, and the only thing is, in between training, geez, it'd get boring sitting in a hotel room for 2 weeks. Jeez, but I suppose that's what all the teams are doing, and you'd certainly do it to play in a prelim and potentially play in a grand final, and that's what they're going to have to go through. But big pressure on Melbourne tonight. I thought they stood up to the task, and everyone was sort of watching to see, and almost through this season as well, just watching to see when Melbourne were going to fall, but they've just kept responding, kept turning up, and obviously finished top of the ladder, and we're hot favourites tonight, but came out and had a win.
What do they have to do 2 weeks? So if Geelong go over there tomorrow and they're going to play next week, they don't have to quarantine for 2 weeks, do they? Unless they can go and play, but then have to go back into quarantine, I suppose.
Ro, just remember Max Gawn said this. He could have made that up. He sort of goes down Biggs' path.
Is that what he's like?
Yeah, a little bit. Because they're so high, I think it just takes a while for their brain to, grow or work. And it just sort of makes some things up at times. But if he said it, probably.
I'll back him in.
Yeah.
Hey, very good win, though. Very, very good win. They'll be very confident heading into a prelim with that performance.
Bernie, you know these fellas pretty well, having spent your time at Melbourne. You look at Hibberd, Melksham, Jones, these fellas. They know they're in a prelim final, and you think, I've got to work my way into this side somehow. It's not going to be easy, is it?
No, it's not. And it's not like they can play footy. There's no VFL or SANFL this weekend to push your case, is it? You're just going to have to train well and sort of wait for an opportunity. And that opportunity is probably going to have to come through injury, you'd think, because there's a pretty complete performance. You could argue a few guys were probably a little bit quieter than what they'd like to be, but does that push them out, or do you change a prelim team that's been so convincing over the past 2 weeks?
How did you see? They mentioned Bowie, who's playing well in defence. What about Smith? I mean, he's had 5 kicked on him. He only had 5 touches himself. Is his spot a little iffy or not?
I don't think so. They really rate Joel Smith because he can stand as small. I know he got beaten tonight quite convincingly, but he can stand as small. We saw his speed when they were running back to goal with Charlie Cameron. Let's go down to the song.
There it is. Demons are through to the prelim. They win by 33 points over Brisbane. It's our Triple M Amy review. Amy, who covers Clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy. We'll be back after the break to get down to the rooms, have a chat to someone from the winning side, the Demons, and soak up the excitement. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Kennard's Hire. Did Kennard's Hire make your job easy? Kenno. For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
This Triple M listener has just won $10,000 by listening to the Marty Sheargold Show.
Give us your numbers and good luck, Rob. I hope you win it.
0873. Pin. Correct.
Loading the vault and resetting the pin. 1693. Another $10,000 Monday morning between 8 and 8:15 on Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
Melbourne's best buys. All over it. Australia Post is your go-to this Father's Day. From the Darryl Lee Dad's Bag to headphones, appliances and even tools. There's something to make every Dad's Day at your local participating post office. Best buys. All over it. The all-new Hyundai Staria, the ultimate people mover, is here. An 8-seater family car that's as spacious as it is stylish. Panoramic windows, smart power sliding doors, plus all the room you could ever need. Discover the wonder of space. Melbourne's best buys. If you're a dog person, grab Simparica Trio from your vet or leading pet retailer. Nothing gives better protection from both deadly heartworm and paralysis ticks. Simparica Trio, the parasite protection that matters. Melbourne's best buys. All over it.
Can't wait to get travelling again? Buy the Herald Sun between August 29 and September 12 for your chance to win a weekender. Find the code from that day's paper. Conditions apply. See winnerweekender.com.au.
Hey Barry, those whack jobs at Athena Home Loans are giving away $100,000 to pay down someone's loan. Didn't they get the memo? Mortgages are about tying people down, not some Oprah episode. Hello, bank.
Hi, Athena are giving
me the
Congrats! Apply now and get approved for an Athena loan for your chance to win $100,000 towards your home loan. There's never been a better time to switch. Visit athena.com.au to apply and for competition dates and terms. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria applies.
Sydney Tools Father's Day sale is on now. DeWalt cordless chainsaw with 4-amp battery and charger, $2.99. Typhoon high pressure washer now $49. Massive savings on major brands. Akita, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Unimig, Fluke, Ego and much more. Barco 108-piece socket set $1.99. Karcher high pressure washer down to $5.99. Save $100. Or grab Dad a gift card and let him decide. Sydney Tools, best prices guaranteed. Shop in store online at sydneytools.com.au.
Hey Frank, are these Super Saver deals for real?
As real as the four-wheel drive Supercentre itself, Jono. They're big discounts and our best-selling gear. For this week's real big Super Savers, get to four-wheel drive Supercentre this weekend. Get a 50-litre fridge freezer at our lowest ever price for $364. A pair of 9-inch premium driving lights, $149. Or side awnings from $99 and stacks more. Only while stocks last and only until Sunday. Available online at fourwheeldrivesupercentre.com.au today.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Browse and shop online at National Tiles now. Because nothing will improve your home more than beautiful all-new National Wall and Floor tiles. Imagine your kitchen, family room and bathrooms with beautiful all-new National Tiles. Yes, order your new National Tiles online now for immediate delivery with the surety of National Tiles' 100% money-back guarantee. So don't delay. Order online at National Tiles now. Conditions apply.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
Oh, the Demons are through to the prelim, taking care of the Brisbane Lions here at the Adelaide Oval in the first qualifying final. 13-15-93 Melbourne. Brisbane 9-6-60. The Demons through the prelim in a couple of weeks' time. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Thanks to our friends at Channel 7. Here is Clayton Oliver.
Clayton Oliver, you've had a massive week as well, like Maxi, All-Australian team. You picked up the big nod from the coaches, but tonight was just brilliant. All the contest around the ball there. Set the scene.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The boys set the scene. Vines, Harmsy, Track, Gorney. Set the scene early, and yeah, it was just unbelievable effort from all the boys.
You're going back to another prelim. Now, I don't want to remind you too much about what happened a few years ago, but to get that chance again, it's been a big 3 years to get there.
Yeah, it's been an up and down journey. Obviously, 2019 wasn't too flash for us, and 2020 we were building again, so we just missed out on the finals there. And then this year, obviously, been a good year for everyone. The team's going really well, and hopefully, we put the past behind us.
Clayton, tell us about some of the changes that were instituted towards the end of the year. Alan Richardson coming in, Mark Williams. You've got a great relationship with Choco. Tell us a bit about his role with you.
Choco's coming pretty early in the pre-season. Just tried towards him, work on my kick-in. He's helping all the boys out. Just working on little things, smothering, tackling, and it's really coming out in that game. Yeah, couldn't thank him enough.
Well, congratulations, mate. Get yourself off to Perth, rest up for a couple of weeks, and look forward to the prelim.
Thanks for that.
Thanks to our friends at Channel 7 having a chat there with Clayton Oliver. Melbourne home by 33 points. They go through to a prelim. A bit more on Melbourne in a minute, boys. We'll try and head down to the rooms. But Brisbane, tell me about them tonight and where to from here for them, do you think?
I was a bit disappointed in their performance tonight. I thought they were right early, but just a few of their players didn't look their usual selves. We talked about Harris Andrews a lot. McStay going out early gave them...
that hurt them.
It did hurt them. They were a bit short in their forward line. But there wasn't as much grunt around the midfield either as what I'm used to watching a Brisbane side. I mean, Lachie Neale couldn't have tried any harder. But apart from that, they're just... McCluggage tried at times. He was good at times. Lyons ended up with 27 touches, but wasn't as dangerous. Zorko wasn't his usual self as well. So, and apart from Cameron up forward, they really had nothing.
Too many sort of passengers, I reckon, for me. Cockatoo, just the 4 disposals. Fullerton, just the 6. McCarthy had 6. He looked a little bit dangerous up there, but just not enough of the footy. Pryor only had 8. I just reckon too many non-contributors throughout the Brisbane side, whereas Melbourne was sort of more of a team effort. McDonald was probably a little bit quiet, considering what you'd want him to do, normal output. But apart from that, Joel Smith probably got beaten as well, you'd say, on the night. Obviously, Cameron kicking 5 goals, but I don't think he'll go out of the side because they rate him so he can stand. I started that conversation just before it's about he can stand a tall and a small because of his speed and his agility, so they really rate him standing a guy, if they were playing against Melbourne, a guy like Bailey Fritsch. So, I think it was more of a team performance from Melbourne.
Brisbane just didn't have a forward. They had one forward in Charlie Cameron. If you take his 5 goals out of it, there's nothing.
It's looking pretty sad, isn't it?
I mean, maybe McStay really unsettled them. I don't know, but they just didn't have a forward apart from Charlie.
No, Danaher,
he was very disappointing.
He almost needs to be the second fiddle, doesn't he? I mean, is it no Hipwood makes a bit of a difference as well? So, and their back line, we spoke about Harris Andrews, but Adams wasn't anywhere near. And Starcevic, those guys weren't as dominant as they've been at times throughout the year as well. So, no, they need to tidy up a little bit. The Lions haven't got much time to do it. What are they going to play the winner out of the Bulldogs and Essendon?
Tomorrow's game, yeah, that's it. We see it, Rue, though, don't we? Time and time again, that the team finishes in the top 4 and gets bundled out. They're able to light the flame the next week. They're able to go there and turn things around and get it done. So Geelong last night have done it before. They're going to have to try and do it again in Brisbane tonight. Do you think they've got the ability to... I mean, the Bulldogs would be an interesting team if that's who they end up facing.
I mean, Essendon are stiff that they're one of their best recruits of the year, Nick Hind, has went to an exposure site.
Yeah.
What was he doing going to a shopping centre anyway?
Click and collect, Roo. Hadn't you heard of that?
Well, why would you
get your missus?
I would have thought it should have been a rule for the AFL players not to be going to those places. That he's a very important player for Essendon, but I still think Essendon are a chance. I think the Dogs are just going at the moment.
Yeah.
And Essendon beat them 3 weeks ago, so I reckon they're half a chance.
Geez, wouldn't that be a travesty? Bulldogs they were top of the table for the majority of the year, top 2 most of the year, top 4 for the rest of that, and then they dropped out with the last kick of the game last week. So, I mean, if for them to go straight out, geez, that'd be a disappointing return for such a promising start to the year.
Rue, Port Adelaide or Melbourne, who's been more impressive for you that goes through to the prelim so far?
Oh, I think Port Adelaide were hard not to like. I mean, Aliir was just incredible at the ground last night. It was brilliant to watch. You can't not love the bloke with his big smile, and he's so strong one-on-one. Generally, intercepting defenders are just good at floating across and doing that sort of stuff. But he does it. He does that. But then one-on-one, he's incredible. I just can't get my head around how the hell Sydney let him go. I honestly, how can you go from a club allowing you to go to being the best key defender in the competition?
Bizarre, isn't it?
It just doesn't make sense. And you know what they got for him? A future second-round pick. Not even a bloody first-round pick in that year.
But didn't they hand that on? They got Tom Hickey.
They needed... No, that's the exact reason they did it was they needed a pick to get a ruckman in. But give someone else... I just don't get it. It's just unbelievable.
He is the recruit of the year, isn't he?
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
But why would Sydney give him away?
Yeah. Hey, Bernie, just for Melbourne fans listening on, you can see there's a training session going on out here, something I just touched on a moment ago, actually.
Yes, so Jake Melcham's out there, James Jordan, who was the sub tonight, which was unused sub, Michael Hibbard's out there, Nathan Jones, so they're just going through their paces with the fitness staff there now, so...
And that's Choco, Bernie. Who's
look at Choco.
Choco will not set foot at... He loves being involved in everything. He'll probably stand out there and give him a spray. And
Where's Choco? That's Choco on the inside, isn't it?
Where's he going?
He's stomping across.
He looks like he's on the injured blokes just to rev him up.
He's on a mission here.
He is.
He's eyeballing someone. He wants a piece of someone.
Hey, would he love nothing more than beating Port Adelaide in the grand final?
Oh, yeah, he'd love that. Gary Pertz, the CEO's there with him by the looks as well.
No one's putting Choco's name up for Carlton or anyone, are they?
No, he's sort of gone quiet. He was getting thrown around early a little bit, but that's all gone quiet. But they do really rate him at Melbourne. Been awesome in the development area with the young kids, teaching them the running patterns and skills. He's brought his own footies too, Roo.